Getting pushed through. Wait for everybody to come through here. Oh man, what a week! What a week, dude.
Dude, live streams on live streams, bro.
Live streams on live streams on live streams.
What are you expecting today?
We got a Yende. Yende's gonna be coming on today. But we're gonna do a little mini discussion because right now, man, this week, this Friday, man, we are doing it for the audience, man. We are doing it for. We're talking about back to back to back to back, and everybody we've been talking to spitting facts after facts, game after game, so people can get it. Oh, we got to get you. Oh, we got to get you the link, by the way.
Oh, you send it to me.
Yeah, I'll put it. I'll put it right in there.
Email. Oh yeah, who's your favorite though? All the guys you talk to.
I think they were all pretty good, and I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna discuss that here too before everyone wait for people to start getting in. But yeah, I think the interview with Kevin Ray Wilder, it went well. I think it was great. He had some very interesting points. It helped us understand a little bit about the white pill, right? White pill, white pillars, all these goddamn pills coming out around here. So it was very good to understand his perspective and get his idea of some of the other debates that he's done too with like Donovan Sharpe and some of these other guys too as well. What my main focus was, and I'm glad we got across in that interview, was talking about Rollo Tomasi and this whole red pill movement and whatnot, because I think, and the ideologies he spews is incredibly toxic, or could be used as toxic. It's kind of like the Bible, right? It's open to interpretations, right? And then you get some one or two wackadoodles that can say, "Oh no, the Bible means don't fucking try." That's what this verse means right here. Hold up, I'm putting that link in right now for you. I'm like multitasking. What's up, people? Welcome to the show. We're getting everything all set up for you. If you have any questions or anything you want to talk to Duke or Don about right now, you go ahead and ask it in the chat. We'll get it covered before the show starts.
Oh, by the way,
what's up, K2 Nick? Was it K24 Nick? What's up?
The dual thing for this. Remember?
What dual thing?
You use the dual thing that connects to the mic.
Oh shit! Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Where did you put it last time? Yeah, I didn't move it. Otherwise, no one's gonna be able to hear Don. Everyone's talking about, oh, it's always Duke. I'm hearing Duke. I gotta hear Don.
Duke is the face, bro. Let's see that thing behind the scenes.
Oh, you can't see us?
Oh, your camera fucked up?
Can you guys see us?
I'm gonna log into this.
Log in real quick. Let me know you guys if you can see us. We're about to get started real soon here. Let me know if you can see us.
Are you getting up backstage?
Dude, I don't know. This fucking StreamYard, man, it puts me backstage randomly, guys. It's fucking crazy, dog. Let me know if you can see it. Oh, you can see us now? Oh, perfect. Yeah. So, guys in the chat right now, or guys watching, how many of you guys catch the stream last night with Kevin Ray Wilder? I want to get your thoughts on it. If you guys have any questions on it right now, anything you want to ask us about that interview, anything upcoming, because tonight, we're gonna have some like crazy stuff going on tonight, man. I mean, we're gonna have a Yende come on right here real soon. And what's gonna happen is after Yende at 7:45, we're gonna be having another stream with Alex. Okay, you guys don't know who Alex is. He's with Playing with Fire, and that's the channel that teaches guys texting game, Tinder game, and being able to, for young guys and guys who are dealing with women on these platforms, on dating platforms, how to properly text and deal with women, right? From all the way from how you start, and it's not gonna be a Myron Gaines kind of messages, right? We're not gonna do any of that, right? It's gonna be, how to get a woman from start to finish, from dating app all the way up to if she's coming over to your crib or actually getting insecure in the date. So it's gonna be an awesome night. You guys definitely want to see it because it's some free game, and that's what we're gonna try to do on this channel, man. We're gonna be dropping some free game, man. We want y'all to really understand, how easy it is to deal with people. Particularly, especially a lot of young guys out here, just deal with women, right? No one needs to sell you all these crazy things, man. It's just easy. You got to learn how to deal with people. Too many damn pills. That's right, Sophia. Absolutely right, man. When we started digging into this thing, when we start digging into this thing, man, okay, I knew about the red pill and then obviously the blue pill because we're talking about the whole matrix kind of theory, right? And then all of a sudden, then there's a white pill, there's a purple pill, there's a pink pill now, there's a black pill. There's like too many goddamn pills. I don't even know what the fucking pink pill is, bro. I feel like there's just too many goddamn pills out here, bro. Too many pills, Sophia. You got that right, man. But yeah, what do you guys think about the show? What do you guys think about the show, man? I mean, what do you think about the white pill? What are your thoughts on it? I want to get you guys' thoughts. Those of you guys that watched yesterday's show or the clip from yesterday, what were your thoughts on the white pill? Because I mean, apparently it's going to be similar to kind of just the red pill, but not as nihilistic. So, you know, guys out there who are she said I lost track. Did you find it?
Nah, I'm looking for it.
All right.
It's here.
It's got to be there.
Somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't move shit. That's Don, guys. Yeah, what's the pink pill? What is that? What is that? K424 Nick. Pink pill, isn't that Pepto Bismol? The Pepto Bismol. I don't know. Oh, the morning. No, well, I don't know if it's pink. I thought it was blue. It's a little blue pill.
Really?
A morning after pill, yeah.
Blue?
I don't fucking know.
I thought it was pink.
I don't fucking know. A little pink pill that you take. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Show's almost starting. Show is almost starting. Where did I put that?
Wait,
Oh,
when's the English supposed to show up?
Like today.
I mean, I know it's today, but when?
Like now.
Man, always passing really late. Probably eating or working out or some shit.
You got to do this thing.
Fair. It's right here.
Bruh, hurry up and get into the stream, man. Let's go. What are we doing?
No.
Don?
Just keep talking to them, right? Like interact with you.
No, I gotta make sure everything's set here for y'all. Cause we're gonna have a really nice show, man. And how many of you guys do you guys like having more of the because I'm thinking about having more of a panel to have more discussions about like males and not only males, but like our problems and not the problems that we have, but like also coming up with possible solutions. So one of the bigger things is like dating and how to like, you know, be able to foster an approach and, you know, develop relationships with women that. So what's up?
You know why that's really important?
Why it's important? Tell them.
No, I mean, they can't hear me, but a lot of you guys can hear me, but my mic's not turned on. Right?
Can you guys hear Don? He's getting his mic all set up right now, and then we'll get his cam up so you guys can talk to Don too.
Because here's the thing. The problem is a lot of guys think that you got to be able to change the woman. Because, you know, a lot of you know, people say you got to focus on yourself and yourself and all that shit. But things a lot of
you
guys.
got the headphones?
What's up?
You got your headphones?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, perfect, bro.
I got you. Give me a sec, yo.
No, you never put anyone. I see what you're saying, but you never put anyone as your focus above you. That's not how you want to do it. Even the same thing when we were talking about women too as well. You know, you don't want to. You got to focus on yourself first, because if you don't figure out how to love yourself, you don't understand yourself. How the hell are you gonna figure out and understand people? You can't do that. One of the best things that helped me understand people, especially dealing with human nature, right? It's one of those things where I understood myself. I understood characteristics of myself that you know, it's like, all right, this is how people behave in certain situations. This is how like you would behave if you were scared. This is how you behave if you were, you know, feeling all these different types of things here. So just because I know that's how it would feel and that's how it most likely act, that's how you can kind of get an idea of how other people can behave in certain situations or similar situations. So that's basically what it is, man. So when you're dealing with people, you don't want to. You want to deal with people that compliment you. You want to deal with people that work with not because the crazy thing with dating right now, everyone wants to deal with people that are similar to them. You don't want anyone who's just like you. How many of you guys out there right now want to be in a relationship with someone exactly like you? I guarantee you, it's just no one wants to do that. No one wants to do that because even you know who you are. So you want to be with somebody who wants to compliment you. But right now, in this day and age, we're dealing with relationship. We're going about it the wrong way. And on top of that, we got people who are out there who are preaching the wrong messages about this stuff. This isn't difficult. This shit, matter of fact, used to be very, very easy. When a man wanted a girl, he'll go and get pursue the girl. But nowadays, we don't pursue. It's just training dudes to get girls over to their crib and try to sleep with them as fast as possible. That's not the game. That's not how the game is played. You don't. Your whole job is not to sleep with her as fast as possible. It's the person who's patient with the pussy is the person who's gonna win. What is it? Fresh says the soul. You gotta have dick discipline, man. That's the most important thing. Because guys, I don't know if you guys don't notice, man. Girls can smell a horny dude from far away. They can tell a dude who's never got himself any, right? Because you don't practice dick discipline. When they're telling you, oh, try to get her to your crib as fast as possible. When she's on your crib, try to smash as fast as possible. That's not dick discipline, bro. That is not how you get dick discipline. And she's not, even if she does fuck you, a lot of times she's not gonna really respect you after that. She really not, because it's man, you guys don't know, but we gotta teach you guys this stuff, man. We gotta have you guys unlearn some of the toxic shit that you guys have been dealing with some of these coaches, and start picking up some of the newer things that's gonna be able to help you guys get into relationship. And on top of that, we want to make sure that just foster a place where it's okay for people to say they want to be in a relationship. It's okay that they want a woman, or for a woman to say, I need a man. I need a man to help me go throughout life. That's it. No, for real. Because right now, like, even some of these female dating coaches, right? They write these blogs and they put all these other things going on, and they're sitting there telling you, well, if he does this, treat him like this. If he says XYZ, then you do XYZ, right? Or some of them are just outright foul and just teaching just these broads how to fucking straight finesse these dudes, right? And, Brittany fucking Renner. We can even touch upon that because we're gonna have a video dropping on that too. Because I got something to say about that. You ready to get in?
Why not?
Bob.
Hold on, that's echo looking though, like, because my mic and your mic were in the same place.
Hey, let me know if you guys hear double right now.
Because where's my shit right now?
Doug F. Hold up, I'm gonna just do this real quick, guys. Let me know if you guys can hear double. All right, because we just got Don's mic in here. Let me know if you can hear double. Doug F. Right? What is the purpose of relationships? I will tell you, the purpose of relationships is to build towards something with somebody, right? See, here's the thing that a lot of you guys don't understand. You guys don't understand that this world is difficult inherently by itself. This world is something that a lot of people, even males, yes, guys, we can go through this world a little bit differently. We can actually kind of move through it a little bit more efficiently because we're built for it. But ultimately, the whole purpose of a relationship is so you can leave a legacy. That's the whole point of survival, right? Because we like to think that we're different from other freaking animals, man. We're not. We're part of nature, just like every other animal in the kingdom here. We are one of it. And what is their goal? To live, procreate, die, and have their genes live on. So then the strongest and the best of them survive. That's the whole point. And relationship is just a place to foster, to grow that, and to get to a point where you can start building that, whether it's to get a family or whatnot. Right now, we're all in pointless relationships. We're all in pointless situationships that lead to nowhere, right? But nothing but heartbreak and people losing their souls all over the place. That shit cracks me up every time I say that shit, man. I can't believe you. No, because I got you mute.
Okay, did you mute yourself?
Am I mute? No, I'm not mute. BC, welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the stream. No, but that's literally the purpose of it. I think we all forgot. We've forgotten how this stuff works, man, because we think that just because we live in this cocoon called society that we built for ourselves, that it's all of a sudden things are different. Men and women are different. We're not different, man. The whole goal has been the goal from the jump. It's what's been the goal that's made you human being this whole time. It's the reason why you survived millions of years up until this point. It's the whole reason. The whole reason is because you adapted and you lived on to procreate. Now, a lot of y'all out here, we're in a situation where y'all dying alone. And you got guys out here who are okay with just walking away, which is fine. Natural selection. If you don't want to breed, go ahead. Go ahead and, let your legacy die, with you. But for those of you guys, look, think about it, man. It's the people who understand the true nature of family, like the even the celebrities a lot of these guys look up to, right? The Cardi B's, the Beyoncé's, all these other artists and whatnot. What do you notice about them when they get some money, when they get some real wealth, when they get some real power, right? They start to keep it within the family. It's no different than monarchs and royals of old, right? They kept everything within the family. Why? So they can live on. This is like, y'all want to taste immortality? This is immortality right here. This is it. This is how you live. Your genes will live on forever. And, we've almost seemed to forget this. Hey, everyone. How you doing, BC? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Huh? All right, test the mic. All right, we're gonna test the mic here real quick. I think someone's texting me. Hang on. I'm gonna unmute you. You go ahead and do your thing, and then we'll be going.
Hey, we're trying to set things up over here. So, how's the mic sounding on your guys' side? Just let me know. You good?
Yeah, so he should be coming on. I think I sent him a link.
Did you though?
I did. I don't know.
It sounds good on their side, so I think
That sounds all good.
Like
perfect.
I can hear you double, and you can hear me double, but I think they can just hear me.
I think just because we're in the same place. Real talk.
Well, probably that might be it.
Can you? Is there a way you can mute the? Never mind. You good. What else? You guys any questions before we get started, man? Because everything's gonna start popping off here pretty soon. Oh, K for Nick here's an echo.
All right, let's see. See, this is the reason why we like have only Duke on camera, because there's usually an echo if we have two mics.
Yeah,
that's really what it is. Like if Duke goes loud when he goes in, see when we speak loud, his mic catches it. And if he speaks up, my mic catches it.
Hey, we got road mics, bro. Like best mics in town right now. What you talking about? What are you talking about? Dude? The best mics in town. Hey, y'all got Don on camera right now. So if you guys have any questions for Don, let him know. Ask him.
Why are you asking me questions?
Nah, because I've seen comments where people think you're like a mythical unicorn.
Hey, I mean, I'll take that's a compliment, man. That's a compliment.
Shit, fuck it. People looking for unicorns out here right now. People are looking for unicorns out here right now.
Well, I actually like the conversation you had with Kevin yesterday. I was watching that, and I was just like, dude, that's like.
No, I think the conversation with Kevin was great. I think we got to start having more of these conversations, really, because it's one of those things where, real talk, a lot of people in this manager space is what's hurting us right now is because we're not talking. That's the thing. So everyone can come up with their own little ideologies in their own little pockets in their own little areas. But then all of a sudden, it's like now a lot, especially within the space, what you notice is that people get like dogmatic as heck, right? So it's like they start to believe in their own bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I loved about the conversation that we had the other day with Kevin was that, you guys got to understand it's okay to be wrong. It is okay to be, when you go into a situation, you have to go into it with an open mind. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay, right? And a lot of these guys, when they get in their little circles and they have their little ideas and their little catchphrases, right? Beta alpha fucks, beta bucks. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? What does that even mean, right? And you know what's funny? Those same dudes that talk about alpha male and beta males and all this other nonsense, right? They're the same ones that wouldn't even admit to even call themselves alpha because they know how cringe that shit is. It's all cringe, bro. Like, you're a man. That's it. Just be a man. Go do man shit. That's it. Right? None of this labels and whatnot. And then all y'all got these like little pockets of pills and white pills and red pills. Listen, it's fine. If you guys want to have your own little tribes, that's fine. That's perfect, right? But what matters is the ideologies within those tribes, right? Are they congruent? And are they going towards fostering healthy relationships between man and woman? Can we go back to building men? Go ahead.
Okay, I don't think that's ever going to happen because there's always going to be a sect of population who wants to just have fun and do their own thing. And that's what Duke and I were talking about this earlier, because like a lot of people always get mad when you always like, why are you always telling the guys to get better? Why aren't you telling the women to get better? The reason we tell the guys to get better is because at the end of the day, y'all are going to choose the woman. Because I love this analogy. This is something a friend of mine told me, like one of my coworkers, he's like 60-something years old, been in marriage for a long ass time. What's up?
What's going on, Poppy? How you doing? Hey.
That is a weird thing to say, not gonna lie.
Hey, nigga, that's his name. Listen.
Just the way you said it, though. The way you said, like, what's going on?
What's up? Hey, man. We're gonna have a call-in portion at the end. All right. So at the end of the show, we're gonna have a call-in portion. This show we're gonna be starting is gonna be with Allende. And at the end of it, we're gonna have a call-in portion. So you guys definitely are invited to do it. And for those of you guys just coming in, because we're getting more of you guys filtering in now. Hey, you guys, we're gonna have another live stream right after this. Okay, this is one that's gonna go on at 7:45. I know it's like back-to-back live streams, man. We are really treating y'all good on this Friday night or Friday evening. All right, this one, girls, you are more than welcome to come on in, because I know the vast majority of you guys right now, or
from last time, remember?
What do?
The girl from last time, we didn't get her on the stream.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. No, it wasn't Heather.
I don't know her name.
I don't know. Yeah. But I'm sure she'll be here. But I know most of almost 20% of you guys are watching, ladies. So this one's gonna be for the guys, but it's gonna be teaching them texting game, right? And it's gonna be texting game via like dating apps, Tinder, Bumble, all these other things, right? This guy playing with fire, Alex, right? He's really good at what he does. And check out his channel too, because he knows how to get, like, you talking about dealing with ladies over the text and social media and stuff like that. He's a guy that has the proven work. Because some of you stands out there, they're shadow watching, right? Talking about, where's your proof? Where's your proof? Where's your field work, right? This guy has field work, and unlike your dear false gods over there, all right, it's not fake and doctored. It's not a copy and paste. It's the real thing. So he's gonna be on this show, and he's going to be talking about this stuff. So it's going to be 7:45. Look out for the thumbnail directly after this show, okay? So in about 10 minutes, we're going to go ahead and get started here. So any other questions you guys want to get going before we get the show started? Was that me? Ask your questions right now. About 10.
10 minutes, all right.
And get going in 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, low-key, though. Let me finish the story I was trying to tell you.
Yeah, tell your story. Tell your story, bro.
All right. One second.
Would you tell me your story?
Right. So this is what the guy told me. All right, you can mute yourself if you want to. So what he said that because the whole red pill community, like just self-improvement in general, kind of focuses on guys trying to get better, and just only focus on guys. So they don't really tell the women what to do to get better, because a lot of guys get mad about that, saying that why is it just the guy's responsibility to develop themselves? Why can't women also do that? Mm-hmm. And this is what he told me, and we're having a conversation about this at work. So he told me that the reason is because at the end of the day, you end up picking the woman, because a woman can develop herself and become an actual better person. But if you don't find that attractive, because that's some things people don't know, people are actually attracted to toxic traits. You know how, yeah, the same way a woman who gets beat up by her boyfriend goes back to that over and over again, or finds herself in relationships like that. That's what's happening with guys. They get into, look at PJ Washington, man. Like he went from one Instagram model, all right, to another Instagram model who's probably gonna do the same thing.
No, I got. Here's the thing with PJ Washington. With PJ Washington, it's a different story. He's acting like a true teenager. Like, this is some high school shit. And what he's doing with this new Instagram thought that he's with, right? This lady is basically like a rebound girl for PJ. Okay. And what he and this is dumb, right? You could tell, because this is a little boy game, right? And these are the same kind of guys, by the way, they're telling you guys to look up to, right? They're the same kind of dudes, the athletes and the basketball players, the biggest simps out there. These are the guys that telling you to look up to. But he's playing this high school game, right? Essentially what he did. Oh, I just got broken up by this girl, right? Let me go ahead and post a picture of my new girl. Let me go ahead and post, all this other stuff so I can try to get her jealous. And then what does she do? She ends up going, it's stepdaddy season. I got the car seat in the back. And it's like, hey, listen. After what the hell you just did to my boy PJ, you think somebody's going to, of that caliber, you know what? Let me even stop, because somebody out there is gonna do it. Somebody out there is gonna do it. Somebody's gonna hit that, and somebody's gonna be crazy, because they can get a guy like PJ Washington. I mean, I don't know what to say, but like with that particular behavior, when we're talking about him dealing with that new girl, that's all it is. She's just a rebound chick, right? And it's weird how she oddly looks similar. She looks so similar to Brittany Renner, bro. So at least my dude has a type, or he's still missing her hella hard.
See, that's the problem too. He's still missing her. All right, what does a guy need to go through? Like, man, like, dude, this man's gone through a lot. Like, bro, and he still wants her back. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay, so your premise right now, you're talking about.
You're muted, by the way.
Oh shit, I'm muted. So your premise right now, you're talking about, okay, the whole how people are attracted to like toxic relationships, right? And I don't think it's a toxic relationship part. It's more of like people not understanding how relationships really work and what it's supposed to be, right? And it's all this like perverted Disney and all this fairy tale shit that we've been seeing this entire time, right? The whole way relationships supposed to work is work. But like if you look at media and look at the movies that we all watch, right? It's all, okay, maybe we have a little bit of a heartbreak, but we come together and everything always seemed to work out in the end type shit, right? But here's the thing. When people don't see that in real life, eventually they start going through different relationships and not being able to find that. So what happens throughout those relationships, they start becoming numb. Women more so than men, but men, you also get numb. You get numb to that shit. So what ends up happening is people, especially women, they get attracted to that relationship, that person that makes them feel something other than that numbness. So if they run into a real one who's like, yo, I ain't about that drama. I'm not here to, you're not about to wild out. You're not going to do any of that. We're going to put that shit like right there, real talk. That's boring to them. That's weird. They're not used to the whole type of that whole type of vibe, right? Someone who's calm, someone who can talk to them, someone who can be articulate, someone who can say, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna dive into that weird shit that you're doing. You're gonna throw your tantrum. All right, go ahead and tell your tantrum. Come talk to me when you're done, right? Come find me.
Okay, I do agree, but to your point where they feel numb. Okay, imagine what happens when, let's say, you start dating when you're 16. All right, you date one girl, she's toxic as fuck. What's up? I'm sure he is. So you date one girl, she's toxic as fuck. Or is it? Hey, what it is? You good?
It was good.
I'm eating, man. What's good?
Yeah, I called him, man. Like, man is always eating.
Hey, look at him! Look at him guns, bro. He's got to support. Hey,
I gotta eat, bro.
Hold on. How many calories do you ingest in a day? Like, what is your calorie intake?
It depends, bro. If I'm dieting, it might be like 2,500, 2,800. If I'm eating normal, it might be like 5,000. Depends.
5,000.
Yeah.
God damn.
Gotta eat, brother. Gotta eat.
Doug F. I know if Alex. Wait, what? I know of Alex. He doesn't show receipts. He just shows text. Never proof of women. I don't know, bro. I don't know what you've been watching. I've seen some of the stuff. The girls at his crib, bro. Like he be having girls at his crib and the texts are of him. So I don't get it. But hey, look, listen. He's gonna come on here and he's gonna let y'all know. And look, listen, this is for you guys to decide if it's game or not. Like we had my man Steve the Dean with the mindset, right? We had him on. And guess what?
Mm-hmm.
We all talked about, the honesty in terms of relationship and approaching women, right? We talked about that. And a lot of you guys that were vibing with that, you were like, yo, I can understand. Like, this is real. It's not that complicated, right? So it's all for y'all to listen and make your own judgment. Listen, man, I don't want y'all, like, following us like a goddamn, like, what do you call it? These goddamn false gods, y'all, like some of these Fresh and Fit guys do. You guys have to be different than that. Well, our job is to help you guys think critically. But more important than that, our job is to make sure that you guys actually go out and try, because that's what that's not being promoted right now. Going out and trying to go out there and talk to women, not giving up, right? Because look at all these different spaces. I don't want to say about the white pill because we had that conversation with Kevin Ray Wilder yesterday. But we talk about like parts of the red pill, right? When we talk about the black pill, we talk about what's the other one? MGTOW, right? Men going their own way and all these other places. They're not teaching you how to be healthy in terms of building yourself up. Yeah, they'll talk about the half of it, going to the gym and doing all that stuff that helps us up. That's fine, but you guys seem to fail to understand that these guys aren't teaching you that, hey, women are the other side of the equation here. You have to understand women. That's half the population, bruh. How can you walk out of half the population when you got to deal with them? When you go to the store, who's your cashier? When you go to the hospital, who's your nurse? If you can't have a conversation with people who don't even trying to fuck with you like that, like what the fuck? You see what I'm saying? So that's life. You got to practice the stuff, man. It's all about practicing and practicing. Be practical. A lot of these spaces out here don't teach you that. They keep you in these bubbles. They keep you in all that freaking soup so you can buy into what all that shit is. There, you buy the books, you buy their little $600 DM programs, their $1,000 consultations. Go ahead.
They're gonna pay for it, so it don't matter.
Well, I mean, what is y'all doing with these chicks anyway? Because I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of y'all dudes is coming from the wrong starting point, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, you're over here doing stuff like 4 chicks and, trying to please chicks and appease girls and all this kind of stuff. Now, listen, I tell guys all the time, girls are recreational, man. Girls are accessories. All right? Girls are fun. I mean, if you got a badass convertible, I mean, it's more fun when you got a girl sit in the passenger seat. But she don't make the vehicle. You know what I'm saying? She don't make the man. You get what I'm saying? You shouldn't have got that convertible for her or for girls. But what I'm saying is, They're an accessory to your life. You know what I mean? They're supposed to make life more enjoyable, more fun. So a lot of you guys, man, you'd be putting too much pressure on the situation, worrying about the girl as an individual, you know, what she thinks and all that kind of stuff. That shit's important, but that shit's secondary. So if you taking a girl on a trip because that's where she wanted to go, you're a fucking idiot. You should be going where you want to go. And if you want to bring a girl as an accessory, go ahead and pack her on your carry-on. You know what I'm saying? But that's the mindset that you need to be having. You guys need to learn how to objectify women more. You know, and I mean, you could put that in a negative box if you want, with a negative connotation, but that's not how I'm saying it. What I'm saying is that they are here for our enjoyment, for our pleasure in general, right? So if you're dealing with women on the short term, it should be fun. It should be recreational. If you're dealing with women on the long term, then you should be building with a female with a goal in mind. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be able to be putting these chicks in the right box. So if you're going up to a woman, you know, first of all, when you see a woman that you like, is it her lucky day or is it your lucky day? You know, it's all about your fucking mindset, man. A lot of you guys be over here like trying to, you know, acting like it's about what, if she accepts you, it shouldn't be about that. And if it is, that means that you're not in a position to be approaching the females in the first place. You're not in a position to be dealing with it. A lot of you dudes, the worst thing that can happen is that you talk to a girl and it goes well. A lot of you guys, that's the worst thing that can happen because you wouldn't know what the fuck to do with it after that. You're not even in a position to take it to the next place that it needs to go. And to give her an experience because it's too busy being a new experience for your happy-go-lucky ass. So a lot of you guys need to be working on yourself first. Create that confidence, that value within yourself where you are the prize. You feel good about yourself. Then when you're going out there and you're trying to have a good time with a female, it's like you're rewarding yourself because you already put in the work. You know, you already did your thing and you're trying to, you know, relax, have a good time and enjoy a beautiful woman, a woman's company. But a lot of you guys can't even do that because you're too busy going in there. Did I say the right thing? Is she going to like this? And what about this? And what does she want? And all this kind of stuff. You in the wrong fucking book, bro. You in the wrong book. You ain't the star of your own movie. If you're worrying about all that other dumb shit, because I guarantee you, she's the star of her movie. You're just casted in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
That's you brought up a great point because I be telling people all the time, man, you got to think of this world, man, like as a game, right? Because it really is a game and the game is power. Okay. And that's in every dynamic you go into, whether it's your family dynamic, there's your father, your mother, then the children, and then in that order, right? And then when you go out into the real world, you got your government, you got different hierarchies. So you got to understand that this life, that's what the game is. And you understanding that this life is a game, now you got to figure out which character you want to be. A lot of people out here, they're going out trying to think that, hey, in order to survive, I just gotta be me. Like I gotta be the real me. Well, what the fuck is the real you? Because the real you, if you want to strip everything down, you just be a being that pisses, shits, and eats. That's it, right? That the necessary things to survive. But then obviously there's all these other things that you build around you as you go through this life. Because why? You have to figure out how to interact with people, right? So essentially you're building a character. So what people fail to understand is you got to figure out what character you need to be. Look at the people who are successful. Look at Bill Gates. He plays the little grandpa guy, right? The old grandpa, but he's a ruthless businessman behind the scenes, right? Look at all these different guys. They know how to present themselves and put that character and they move throughout this world because that's your first impression and that's how people are going to treat you. So if this life, understanding on that concept that is like a Grand Theft Auto game, what character do you want to be? Because choosing that kind of character, that's the freedom. Think about it. Why do we hate on characters that are like a Dennis Rodman, right? Why did Dennis Rodman get so much hate when he was back in his day, back in his heyday, right? With the piercings and how wild it was, because he was something that was different. And real talk, underneath all that, he was doing things that people secretly wish they could do. Because he was unapologetic about it. A lot of us, we go out through this world worrying about what other people think. Worrying about what they think
like
about
us.
Real life. It's real life. And guess what?
He's like that in real life.
That's how he is, right? Because
Dennis a few times. Dennis lives in Miami, bro. He's like that.
Facts. like y'all don't understand. Exactly. And look where he's at. Look where that got him. So you guys, people aren't thinking about you like you think they are. They're not. The people that these Instagram guys, all these other people, they're trying to front and stunt and whatnot.
Well,
they don't care about them.
Well, it's like you just said. I mean, look, when these dudes play video games, y'all level up the characters the way you want them to be, but y'all not leveling up yourself the way you want you to be. It's true, you're not. A lot of y'all are not. Y'all not investing in yourselves in the way that you would a video game. You would say, okay, I want this costume. I want this gun. I want to level this up. I want to level that up. I want this like this. But you ain't doing that shit in real life, though. In real life, your ass is getting up in the morning, you punching that clock, you going to work for your boss, you're doing what you told, and you coming home and sulking. So, I mean, what the fuck? You only get one you understand what I'm saying? But if you took that mindset, you wouldn't be worried about what these chicks think. You know what I'm saying? And you wouldn't have to worry about what your peers think because you would already be attracting the type motherfuckers that like what you're doing because they doing what they like to do too. You know what I'm saying? You would find those people just being where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to look for friends. You shouldn't have to look for women. You should be where you need to be to level you up. And guess what? They're going to be there. They're going to be there. When you're in the gym working out, they're going to be some chick doing glutes. Just like today when I was in the gym, there was some chick, she was already bouncing the booty when I came in the gym. I was like, the hell is this about? You see what I'm saying? But the point is she was there. You know what I'm saying? It was a slow Friday. It was about 3 people in the damn gym. I'm going to step out. But she was there, though. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't looking for her, but she was there. So that's what I'm saying. Go where you need to be to level you up, and you're going to meet the right fellas, and you're going to meet the right chicks, and the right opportunities are going to present themselves. That's just law of attraction. That's just, it is what it is. But a lot of you guys don't be investing in you. You don't be a star player. I don't know what you be thinking, man. You know, I don't know what you be thinking, but by the time I was like 20, maybe 26, 27, I realized I looked how I wanted to look since I was 8, 9, 10 years old. I realized I was driving the real car version of the shit that I used to play with when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I was living where I wanted to live, and it just dawned on me, none of this shit is by accident or coincidence. It's by design because I already knew when I was a little dude that this is what I want. You get what I'm saying? I want muscles. I want to drive a muscle car. I want big rims on it. I want to date models. I want to live in the sun. I already knew. Yeah, there was a 20, almost a 20-year delay. You get what I'm saying on the execution. But the point that I'm trying to make is the blueprint was already decided. In my childhood, I already decided what I want to look like, be like, and the shit that I want to do, and the type of girls that I wanted to mess with. I already decided, bro. I was that little dude that was like, yo, I'm gonna have a girlfriend like that. I'm gonna have a car like that. I'm gonna have it like that. Right? And you sit there and you shove each other and you say, no, you not. No, you not. You say, yeah, I am. Watch me. But how many of y'all really go ahead and make it happen? You know what I'm saying? How many of y'all devoting your life to the shit that you want, or you punching that clock? So you don't got nobody to blame but yourself. Because I guarantee you got some free time in your day. If you got time for video games and to look at bitches on Snapchat with pictures that disappear anyway and all this other stupid shit, if you got time for that, you got time to level up. It ain't the time, it's the ambition. Y'all don't got the ambition. You understand
that's the one thing you guys got to understand. Yeah, it's not, you didn't drive too. Goes hand in hand with that, because that's the thing. A lot of young men we lack is the drive, and part of it, yes, it's not your fault, but the other half is your fault, right? And the not fault, your fault is society conditioning, right? Because society's conditioning a lot of guys to say, okay, even though you fail, it's not your fault. You know, here, you know, it's okay. You don't have to try as hard, you know. And they're trying to build a system that keeps people okay with being mediocre. And then the other side is you for accepting the fact that it's okay for you to be mediocre, for accepting the fact that it's okay for you not even try. I mean, look what happened in the advent of this whole illness that broke out, right? When they got the stimmies and all that stuff coming out, how many people gave up on working? How many people gave up on just doing shit and just said, you know what, fuck it, let the government take care of me? How many people did that? A vast majority of people, so much so that people were committing fraud.
That shit was crazy.
It was crazy. People were committing
everybody go
fraud.
to jail now. Everybody go to jail.
People going to jail. So y'all gotta understand, man. In here, they're gonna catch a whole lot of y'all. But here's the thing, y'all gotta understand, man. You can't be lazy, man. You can't do that. You don't have that much time, and you think you do. We don't have that much time. Believe it or not, the years are long. It looks long because we're not paying attention to what's going on, but it gets real short. You know how they say when time flies when you're playing games and stuff like that? Why is that a thing, right? Because I always thought about that. Why do they say time flies when you're having fun, right? Because when you're having fun, what's happening? You're in the moment, so you don't notice everything around you. Time whizzes by and does all that stuff. Before you know it, boom, you're here, right? Versus people who don't pay attention to that, and they just get caught up in the current of life, and they miss out on everything to the point where they actually get to the years where nature forces them to slow down, and it says you can't move like you were moving anymore. That's when you're forced to sit still. And what happens? You look around, you start thinking, and what happens? You start thinking back to those moments where you could have tried something. Maybe you saw that pretty girl at that bar the other day, and you could have talked to her, you could have walked up, but anxiety stopped you from doing it. Maybe it was going out and actually saying hi to your dad before anything happened, all these things like that. You don't know. You don't know when you're going to look back on and say, damn, I wish I tried. And that's the worst moment, your place you want to be. So that's why you guys got to understand that saying, time flies by when you're having fun. Time flies by when you're playing games. It's all about being in the moment, being
it's
present.
Gonna fly regardless. It's going to fly regardless, man.
I got a question for you guys. Ayinde, I got a question for y'all. So, like, how would you tell a young guy how they can develop their drive and their ambition? Because y'all can say, "Oh, you guys need that," but not a lot of guys know how to develop that. And you guys
I make the shit practical. I make the shit practical for guys all the time, bro. We got days in this motherfucker, and our days break down into hours. Our hours break down into minutes. It don't get no more simpler than that. So every motherfucking day, you should have a list of shit that's important to you. You get what I'm saying? And all you gotta do is just have a quota. That's all you gotta do, man. I tell dudes, just have a motherfucking quota, right? I gotta do something for my fitness. All right, get your punk ass up. You know what I'm saying? Get your breakfast together. Go do your fasted cardio. Then come back, eat your breakfast. The breakfast is already waiting for you. First thing in the damn morning. That's out the motherfucking way, right? So you can go ahead and check that box. You already did what you had to do for your cardiovascular. You get what I'm saying? The next thing is your diet. Just plan it. Plan your meals for the day. All right, well, boom. Then my food intake is taken care of, right? Well, I got to get my water in. All right, well, how much water do you need for the day? Divide that by how many hours you're going to be conscious. Now you know how much water you need to drink per hour. Okay, done. All right, now I got to get my finances in order. I want to make some smart investments. Okay, we'll delegate 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour. How much time you got per day to dedicate to studying what it is that you want to invest in so that you can make some conscious decisions. You can make some educated decisions because you've been studying this shit. You've been looking into it, right? Well, if you did that for a motherfucking week, that means you got 7 hours of studying for the week in that particular subject. You mean to tell me you ain't learned nothing in 7 hours? You learned something. You learned something about the stock market. You learned something about day trading. You learned something about crypto, whatever the fuck it is you want to invest in. So what's the excuse? You're interested in something, right? Break it down on a daily basis. Dedicate and invest some time in learning about that thing so that you come out making a wiser decision later on. And you can literally use that thought process with anything, right?
See, I love
you ain't got.
So you got to be interested, though. That's something you said. Because a lot of people have goals, and what they do is they just say, oh, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. Because I'm sure when you were a kid, that's kind of what people expected you to say. Because I remember when I was a kid, people always say, oh, I want to be a doctor. And you kind of say that. So a lot of people kind of just parrot what society expects them to say without really knowing what they're into. So how can you find that interest?
Yeah, but when you say things, words are extremely powerful. The problem is, it's just like you training a muscle. You putting that muscle under some type of tension, some type of pressure. So you got time under tension. But if you say a word, how long does it take to say a word? It takes a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
So you put that out into the atmosphere for a couple of seconds. But if it's on your brain and you're consciously thinking about it, you're studying about it, you're planning about it, you're asking questions about it, you see what I'm saying? It's more time under tension. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you're spending more time putting that thought into the universe, into the atmosphere. So when people just say things, you being lazy, right? Say things, think things, do things.
So you just have to dwell on it more. That's what you're trying to say?
Right. So it's verbal. Right, then now you're making it mental, right? And then you actually putting things into motion, so you're making it physical. Now, if you put those three forms right, into the atmosphere, you mean to tell me you think it's not going to come back to you? It's got to come back because that's what you're putting out there.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So a lot of dudes be putting out nothing and they get back nothing. It's not really hard to understand. So it's the same. Right. It's the same thing with females. So if you want to date on Friday night or you want to date on Saturday night, well, from Sunday, you should have been planting seeds. From Sunday, you should be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? How's everything? You know, how was your weekend? Sunday is an awesome time to be texting, to be DMing girls and texting girls. Sunday evening and Monday, that's a great time to hit a girl up and say, hey, how you doing, beautiful? How was your weekend?
Nice.
Right.
Yo, get your pens out. Because I ain't speaking facts right now.
Because the last weekend is already passed, right? So now you making a free conversation because you ain't asking her out, right? You're not trying to squeeze into no plans or nothing like that. There is no plans. You're asking her, how did the last weekend go? Right?
Nice.
So what other way to start conversation? And you start from the top of the week. You start from Sunday. Now you mean to tell me if you planting seeds from Sunday, you mean to tell me you're gonna come up empty-handed the next weekend?
I mean, yo, not everybody's you, ain't there, man? Some people can try.
No, this ain't got nothing to do with me. This don't got nothing to do with me. This don't got nothing to do with me. This is logic. How many times have you asked somebody something, you know, right before, and they say to you, well, damn, you should let me know earlier.
Oh, okay.
You should plan that with me earlier.
That's if you know the
No,
person,
that's just
though,
no. That's just in general.
You think so?
What? Who's a stranger on social media? I got the ability to jump in anybody's box. You could jump in a celebrity's box right now. If you got value to offer, you could jump in a celebrity's box. You see what I'm saying? So where's the excuse? The excuse is what? You didn't take the initiative. And what's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is nothing. Well, guess what? Nothing would have happened if you didn't try anyway.
See, that is gold.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. These guys aren't planting no seeds is the problem. You plant some seeds, you water some seeds, and you start seeing what's growing. And whatever, and when you see what's growing, now you know what to delegate more time and attention to because you're like, oh shit, it's growing. So let me give it some more sunlight. Let me give it some more water. Let me pull some weeds up out of here. Let me make space for this because this is actually returning on my investment. You see what I'm saying? But if you never planted those seeds to begin with, then you can't go to the next step, which is your filtrating system, where you filter what I'm gonna spend my time because my time is limited. So a lot of these dudes, their problem is they don't even make a start. And I get it because as young men, we learn to make a start by force. There's usually an older man that gives us a nice little kick in the ass and says, you need to do this. And we might not even understand why because we're young, but that person is being very, very pushy about it. And they're not really giving us much options. That's what good men, strong men do with young boys. They force them to start that process.
And mothers coddle. And that's their job to do so, right? So after dad pushes you and tells you how you're supposed to be and how the real world really is, well, then what ends up happening is now mom comes in and says, okay, let me lick your wounds and make sure everything's okay, right? Let me make sure you're fixed. And real talk, here's the thing, and we all kind of had a discussion about this, and we were thinking about having another episode for today, and it was gonna be about the girls and whatnot. But with this, we wanted to change it up. We're still gonna have it, but I want today because when we the last time that we had a conversation, we had a panel with speaking with guys. A lot of guys were honest about it when we were talking with the Man Mindset, Steve the Dean, right? We had the call-in portion. We had a bunch of honest dudes who came in and talked about the problems that they experienced with dating. And I don't hear a lot of that going around in some of these spaces. So this episode, we want to kind of dedicate it to kind of understanding and talking to you guys, all right? So in a minute here, we're going to open up the lines. And guys, girls, primarily guys, they're going to get top priority on this. But go ahead and call in, right? And go ahead and come on to the stream. And we want to talk about, let's be honest about the problems that we've had in about dating. Maybe it's approaching a girl. Maybe it's a rejection you got from a girl. Maybe it's approach anxiety, how to deal with that. Let's have an honest discussion. You got experienced men right here on the chat, or not on the chat, on the show right now that can help guide you guys through all of this and help give you guys at least some clarity. But most importantly, just like your dad would do, push you to go actually do it. Like push you out there to go do it, right? Now, we're not going to be your moms like some of these other podcasts, right? Where you go out there, you get hurt, and then they come in, let me lick your wounds. It's okay. It's the girl's fault. Don't worry about it. They're mamaing you right now. All these guys they're acting like your moms. That's what they're doing. So we want to have an honest conversation on what it is that's going on. Talk to us. Let's help you out. Free game. And we're not charging you $600 for a phone call. Just talk to us. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, I'm ready to start challenging these dudes. And like, you know, we were talking about it, we're going to make it very, very systematic. We're going to make it very organized, very easy to understand. And it's just a matter of which one of you guys want to come on and commit to the program. So we put together a program for y'all, a course, if you will. You know what I'm saying? It's going to have plenty of homework. It's going to have plenty of quizzes, plenty of tests. It's going to be plenty of reviews. And we're going to go ahead and get you guys doing what you need to do to build your own mojo, to build your own confidence, your own swagger, and get comfortable with it. Because game is game. But game don't fit everybody the same. There's certain things that work for everybody across the board, but that's very few things. So game needs to be tailored. It got to be custom. It's like a good suit. It has to be tailored to that individual, right? But how do you get good at knowing what looks good on you? By trying a lot of different shit on. That's how you develop a style, a swag, is by trying a lot of shit on and seeing what works for you, right? A lot of you guys don't even know what type of girls like you because you haven't been dating enough girls, enough variety, enough different ages, different nationalities, different cultures from different countries and whatnot. When you've done that, you'll start to see which girls tend to like you more than others. Like for me, it didn't take me long to figure out, Canadian girls like me, right? I didn't make that decision. They made that decision. But you dated enough Canadian girls, and you compare them to other chicks, you're like, I see, some parallels between these particular girls. You start noticing, who likes what you're putting out. And if you're lucky, you might like what likes you. Right? You understand what I'm saying? But the problem is a lot of you guys are wasting fucking time, idle time, because you're not pushing yourself, you're not challenging yourself. And a lot of you guys is because you don't even understand in your head why you doing certain things, right? Like he was saying something about anxiety. Anxiety should not be affecting you when it comes to women. The only thing you should be concerned about nowadays when it comes to women, as far as what not to do or what you're timid to do, should just be the fact that nowadays it's very sensitive approaching a woman because you might get in trouble. But rejection should be the last motherfucking thing in your mind. It shouldn't be about rejection.
You should actually be seeking that. That should be something that you
exactly.
Because you learn, right? You learn from that. You learn, and brought up a game point. It's like going back to the film room, right? When you play sports, you go back to a game, or before a game, you go to a film room and you rehearse. You rehearse. Okay, how are you gonna run this play? Okay, she does X. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the A gap, right? That's how you go through the film room, and then when you go after that play, let's say you go to the store, right? You see your mama and you already strategize your playbook and you go in and you bomb, right? Okay, you go home, you think about it, you sit down in that film room and you write down what went wrong. You write down the interaction. See, a lot of this comes from understanding body language and understanding how to read people, understand how to read a situation. And that's what this is going to teach you guys how to do, right? Because as you go back into the film room, you review that interaction, you almost put yourself back into that moment, right? How you said it, how you walked up to her, what you said. And then what happens is, all right, I said A, B, and that kind of got the conversation a little further. But then when I said C, everything stopped, right? The vibe changed. Let me try something different when I get to point C. A, B worked. What does C have to offer? Let's say you go out there and try it again. This time it's probably at Walmart or whatever the fuck it is, right? Wherever you're at, right? And it's got to be something where you're going out and you're doing it anyways. And you went A, B, C, and guess what? C bombs. All right? You go back to the drawing board. You go back to the film room. You practice A, B, C, and then you go ahead and try to, try something different. Then you try it again. And then you get all the way to D to the point that now you're at the point where you're asking for the close, whether it's the number or the asking her to come back to your place. So whatever it is, you're asking for the close, right? And let's say you do get to that point and it doesn't happen, right? Then you go back to the film room again. But what's the key thing in all of this? You never stop trying. You don't stop. right? Because it's a guy that stop and pick their ball up and go home. Well, the women are treating me this way. Listen, man, I'm on child support. I got divorced. Yeah, I still love women. You see what I'm saying? I don't have any malice towards them whatsoever. I love women, right? Because I understood what went wrong in that situation, right? I went back to the film, I reviewed it, and I said, you know what? When I get back out there again, getting back out there, that's not going to happen because I'm going to run a different play. And that's what you got to do. A lot of you guys are going through our life just floating. You're floating. Yeah. You got to get grounded and start thinking.
Well, I mean, look, it's like how your mom's always worried about the world being dangerous, and your mom don't want you to get hurt, and she don't want nobody to steal your bike, and all this type of shit. Now listen to these guys that just keep telling you how women are and the dangers, and they're difficult, and they're selfish, and they're materialistic, and all this other bullshit. To me, that sounds like some real feminine shit. And I'm not saying that to take a jab. I'm saying it because that's what it reminds me of. When you're over here dwelling on the complexity of it and the fact that the odds are set against you and all that other shit, that's how women think about the world. Women view the world based on what they're trying to avoid, what they're afraid of. I don't want this man to do this to me. I don't want a man to cheat on me. I don't want to depend on a man and then he controls me because I need him. And everything they do is out of fear. Pay attention. So the moment you start thinking like that and listening to that bullshit, you've already lost. Because if I'm going boar hunting, you think the fucking boar wants to get caught? I know the boar don't want to get shot. I know that already. If I'm going fishing, you really think that the fish want to get caught? The fish don't want to get caught. So why are you over here dwelling on the fact that women aren't going to just be cooperative, or they're not going to just fall in your lap and do what you want them to do? At the end of the day, game is not controlling women. Game is not controlling the environment or the odds. Game is getting women to do what you want them to do, right? Basically, game is getting women to want to do what you want them to do. That's what game is, right? So if women were already what you wanted them to be and behave like how you wanted them to behave and acquiesce to you, then what would game exist for? What would be the point, right? There's a difference between cereal and meat. Somebody got to go out and catch meat. Somebody got to go out and hunt some shit, right? A bowl of cereal, you could just pour that yourself and add some milk. So do you understand where I'm trying to go with this?
Yeah.
Y'all niggas is acting like this shit's supposed to be easy. This shit ain't supposed to be easy.
And the crazy thing is, a lot of these dudes, they come with the expectation that women are just automatically going to submit you. They're not going to submit to you, man, because you're not, you haven't improved yourself worthy. Think about how many damn near 22-year-olds, 24-year-olds, guys in their 20s, even the guys in their 30s who aren't where they need to be in life right now. Who are sitting there thinking, well, I'm not where I need to be, but then they're projecting all their frustrations and situations to a woman. Or when they finally get a woman that cross their path, that woman becomes their goal. Their woman becomes their target and vision, right? And then because because she doesn't want to be there, she doesn't want to be the focal point, it freaks her out. How many of you guys are actually working on something? Let me tell you this, man. Your youth is very important to build something in, right? Whether for women, it's trying to see if you can get a relationship or build yourself, work on yourself, things like that. Or for dudes, making sure you're putting down the necessary work so you can reap the fruits of your labor as you get older. Because guess what? As a guy, the rules are different for you than for ladies. They have a support network no matter what. You don't.
It's a completely different game.
See more. It's a completely different game. So you gotta understand this, man. You can't waste your 30s. You can't waste your 20s. You have to work harder. Imagine more hard than you think you can work. You'll be surprised how hard the human body can work, right?
Yeah, but that's awesome though. That's awesome because then ain't nobody can take it from you. Let me tell you something. The more work that you putting into you, right? And obviously you gotta be putting work in the right areas. You know what I'm saying? But the more work you put into you, and the more skill that you acquire, just dealing with people in general, male and female, because a lot of you guys is like, y'all can't talk to women, but y'all can't talk to guys either. You see what I'm saying? So your social skills are off completely. And both are important. Both are very important. But what I'm saying is, the better you get at being you, is the less you have to put in to attract and interest other people. You understand what I'm saying? And if you really masterful with your shit, I can back bitches without saying nothing. And I'm not bragging. I'm just being honest with you. It gets to a point where you get so smooth with it. I could be in the same room with a chick for 45 minutes, an hour, and I can say absolutely nothing. Right? And then at the end, when I'm ready to leave or she's ready to leave, I could just slide over there real quick. I can whisper one motherfucking sentence and pass a number, and it's done. One sentence, pass her my phone on Instagram on the search key. And I don't have to say to her, what's your Instagram? Because my body language, okay, and the way that I pass her my phone on search, she knows what the fuck I'm saying. I handed her my phone. And that level of confidence, that level of direction, she understands exactly where I'm going with this shit. And the eye contact that I was making with her, my whole body language, the whole time that I was in there, we were on each other's radar. So I was technically speaking, I was kicking game. I was having conversations with her with just body language, right? So now that we at the end and I passed that phone, she smugged in a bitch because she's like, okay, good. I was reading all those signals correctly, right? When I passed that phone, I already know now she's interested because she would have said some other shit if she wasn't. And when she does pass that phone and she puts her Instagram in there, I'm not about to follow a bitch. I'm not going to follow shit. I'm not a child. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell her, listen, I sent you my number. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell her, I sent you my number. Already sent, but I didn't send it. So now she's waiting. Well, I don't see anything, but it's coming. It's coming down the pipeline eventually. You understand what I'm saying? The point is I put everything in order for her, and I give her the option to follow. I'm not asking a bitch shit. I tell bitches things. I don't ask them things. I tell them things. Right?
That's a big difference. Some of y'all, especially when they talk about sexless marriages, we can dive into that when they talk about, why isn't she giving? A lot of these guys, they beg for the box from their wives. They beg from the box from their woman, right? You're asking stuff where you should be actually telling her, like a leader should.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Adriana Valentino, Australia, for the $10 super chat. I dated an escort for 1 year. Dated quite a few women. Seen it all. Just having a break. Found lots of inner peace. Genuine burning desire is key. Concentrating on my mission, drive, and purpose. Facts. That's what you got to do, man. As a man, it's your mission, your drive. Where you going? Where you headed? Right? Because a woman's not going to follow you if you don't know where the fuck you're going, right? You got to have a direction.
And even if things ain't good, you got to maintain that consistency. It don't matter if you're having a dry spell or if your phone is blowing up. You got to have the exact same energy. Right? And let a chick see that. You got the same energy. You should already have that. Nothing you should be doing should be to be impressing bras. Right? You should be impressing bras to entertain yourself. But everything should be genuine and authentic about you anyway, right? So if you already built that, like they say, build it and they will come, right? You don't build an impressive pad to impress women. You build an impressive pad for yourself. It just happens to impress women. You understand what I'm saying? So when you have that level of confidence, when things are going good, when things are going bad, people can sense that. They can feel that. And the thing about women is they don't generate energy. They don't. What happens is women take on your energy. If you're around a woman and you moody and you grumpy and you bitchy and all like that, then she's going to be moody, grumpy, and bitchy. If you with a woman and you scared, you panicking, she's going to be scared. She's going to be panicking. So they're going to feed off of your energy. So when things are bad, if you're still calm, you're still confident, you're going to take care of it, you're going to figure it out, everything's going to be all right, that's going to calm her. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's an attractive trait. But if you panicking, in her mind, she's already trying to replace you. She's like, all right, I don't like this feeling, and I don't want to feel like this anymore. So she's already looking for somebody that's sturdier than you, right? Things can't always be good. It's just the way it is. But you still have to maintain your frame.
And Allende, go ahead. I was gonna say, how many of these people, these other like coaches out there are actually like, because they're not even taking the woman's experience into consideration. They're almost dismissive of her emotions, like it's only the man's that matter. right? Because there's you're always in your feelings. Like you're almost like expecting a lot of these women to try to. They don't understand like what is that you just said. That a lot of women they do take on your energy. So when you see some of these shows, they're talking about it doesn't matter. It's all about the guy. No, the female energies matter because she's taking off of you. If she smells a bitch, she's probably gonna figure out the door. Like where's the exit? Right? She's not gonna tell you that consciously, but she's gonna try to figure that out.
Well, that's why I always wait. I always wait to tell women things when they need to know. You understand what I'm saying? Like if I'm at a competition and I already know I won, I'm not gonna tell the chick. I'll let her figure that out when they announce the winners and they give out the fucking trophies and shit like that. I'm gonna let her sweat it. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna let her, you know what I'm saying, have that weakness and confidence or whatever. I'm not. I'm gonna stay the whole time, right? And then when it happens, she's gonna be like, "Oh my god!" I'm not gonna act surprised. I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, well, this is what I came to do. I came to win." You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna jump up and down and do cartwheels and get all the time. Why? That's what I mean by keep the same energy, right? And with that being said, also when something bad is right around the corner, I don't tell them that either. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell the chick that. If a bill is late or something like that, I'm not gonna say shit. I'm gonna do whatever it is I gotta do to get what I gotta get, but I'm not gonna hurt her with. For why? For how? Okay, how is that gonna benefit us? You see what I'm saying? How is her worry gonna benefit us? See, the difference is I'm genuinely confident I'm gonna figure this shit out. And this is where a lot of guys fuck up. They're not genuinely confident they're gonna figure it out. They are panicking. They are worried. You see what I mean? And that right there is the problem. You get what I'm saying. So my point is, if that's the case, if you're still in that place in your life, maybe you're not ready to have a woman. Maybe you're not ready to have a woman in your life. Maybe you need to keep it casual.
But you notice that's the vast majority of dudes, though. The vast majority of dudes right now, when they talk about that 80%, they're the ones that actually are not ready. But then they're the same ones that go out and start dealing with these women, and because they're not ready to get finesse taken over, or they just flat out just fall on their faces, right? And it's one of those things where how do we then start talking to these guys and saying, hey, you know what? You got to understand, you have to know when to step off. You got to know when to take some time to really deal with yourself. Like Valentino said, Adriano Valentino said, right? I took some time, took a year off to find me, do that. How many guys are actually doing that, right? How many guys are out there right now that are just going from one relationship? We just talked about PJ Washington, right? One relationship to the other relationship to the other relationship, right? Never giving themselves a break to just say, chill the fuck out, man. Look at the path that I'm going on right now. It's not exactly. Every guy.
Let me tell you something. It's great. Celibacy is fucking great.
Yes.
Avoiding women is fucking awesome.
It's one thing because you find yourself, man.
Right, that's but you gotta have a plan. You gotta do it with a plan. A lot of you motherfuckers be avoiding women out of resentment and shit. Like, fuck these bitches. No, whoa, wrong. Wrong. No, wrong. Give yourself a time frame. Right? And I guess it's hard for some of you motherfuckers. You wasn't getting no pussy in the first damn place. I'm just saying. But for me personally, I found that because I said I'm gonna gradually eliminate things from my life that I feel don't serve me. And I started with the nightlife. I said, man, I'm making so much goddamn money. I'm waking up in the middle of the fucking afternoon. I'm partying all the fucking time. I barely see my family. All right, I gotta get out of this industry. Let me get out of this business. And I chose to do that. I took a pay reduction and everything, making less money. But I said, I'm going to step away from this for my own discipline because I don't want to lose myself. And when I left the club, I realized I could stop smoking cigarettes. This is a habit that I picked up in the damn nightclub. All right, so you know what? I'm going to stop smoking cigarettes. And that went well. And I saw other people struggling with that. And I thought to myself, you're making excuses. I did it. It wasn't easy, but I did it. And then I said, you know what? I started bodybuilding and there wasn't really room for alcohol, so because I was dieting, I said, you know what? I know what. I'm gonna give up alcohol completely. Why not? Why not? And people were saying things like, oh, come on, have one drink, it doesn't hurt you. And my response was, yeah, but it doesn't help me either. Doesn't help me either. So I'm using the very same logic. Your logic is one drink isn't gonna hurt me, and my logic is one drink also is not gonna help me. But this asparagus is. This 38 grams of protein will help me. These things I'm putting in my body, I know they will help me because I'm eating them specifically for what they contain. Alcohol, I don't see the benefit. And then when I gave that up, I said, well, shit, I barely fucking smoke weed now. Well, let's stop doing that too. Hey, I know what? Let's stop staying up past midnight. This doesn't really help me. And I just kept finding more and more things in my life that I could subtract that weren't adding to my life. And then I came upon pussy, and I thought to myself, I'm not making any babies. I don't do porn. How do I benefit from having sex? Oh, no, man, but it feels so good. Yeah. But I've done it many, 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 many times with many beautiful, beautiful, beautiful women. The next day, I don't really have much to show for it. I usually wake up later. You get what I'm saying? I usually look back and say, I spent time with that. I might have spent some money with it. Whatever. And I said, you know what? Let me see what happens if I just subtract this from my life. And let's see how much more I can get done without having to put in that effort to meet girls, to spend time with them, and blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay, let me give myself a time frame. And I was realistic about it. I said, we'll do 3 months. It seemed like a long time not to get no buns. And it was tough. But after that 3 months, I said, I can do that again. Did 6 on them. I said, wait a minute. Look how productive I am. Look how much I get done. You understand what I'm saying? So you'll be surprised, bro.
And it's
what
not
you
even
can accomplish.
But what the key thing that you mentioned in all of that is discipline, man.
Yeah,
self-discipline. Self-discipline, right? Control. Consider the thing. When we're talking about sex, right? Because that's the thing. A lot of these guys talk about teaching guys how to get laid. If guys who are thinking that you're missing out, I said it before. You're not missing out on anything, man. You are not missing out on anything. Matter of fact, what you're actually missing out on is the kind of productivity that you could have without actually taking that discipline, without actually doing it, right? Because now you build yourself. And the crazy thing is, you're not having any of these outside influences telling you how to do it, right? It's all coming from here,
right.
Which means
on your terms.
When we talk about exactly, and we talk about manhood and standing on your square, this is exactly it. Because then when you go out and you see some young brother or you see someone else who's going through the same path that you done already walked on, and you already done beat, and you're already on your way, you can guide them, and the person can feel that energy coming in and know it's genuine, and it's not coming from these faux experiences, these faux facts and all this stuff like that. It's coming from real, genuine experience because they walked that path. They taught themselves how to be disciplined on that. Let me get the super chat. Adriano Valentino, thanks again from Australia. $10 super chat. People are afraid to be alone. Yes, I agree with that 100%. When you have a burning desire for inner happiness, prosperity, and success, then you will attract a woman and friends who will have a genuine burning desire for you. That's true.
Well, it takes a little bit more. You still got to become somebody that people will feel that way about, right? But let me drop 2 jewels on y'all motherfuckers real quick, shit that I done learned, right? You hear shit like, that's empowering, girl, and sexual empowerment and sexual liberation for women. Let me tell you something. All of those terms mean nothing because there's no such thing as sexual empowerment for women. It's an oxymoron. It doesn't exist, and I'm going to tell you why. Women only have power sexually through what men give them, right? Period. What can a woman do with sex? She can only get what a man is willing to give her for sex. So how is that her being empowered? That's not her being empowered. That's the man rendering power to her, right? In exchange for access to her sexuality, right? So where is her power? A woman going out there and sleeping with guys because she feels like it. Riddle me how that empowers her. Okay? It doesn't. Now, if those men actually give her things, okay, is she really empowered, or does she just have more things and the power of those things? Those things came from men or a man anyway. So was that her power? Or is it just some man is giving up power? He's relinquishing power to a woman under some type of pretense that is mental. So if I'm getting too deep for you guys, let me tell you how I came upon that and thinking about that. One of the key things I learned working in the nightclub is that the power that women have over us is all in our fucking head. And I'll teach you how to prove that to yourself. I'm gonna teach you how to prove it to yourself. One of the things I learned real quick from the other guys that were there is you can't make no money out of a fucking bitch if you're more interested in her than she is in you. You can't. You can't charge a bitch for her time, or you can't charge a bitch for your time if you want to hang out with her more than she wants to hang out with you. You can't charge a girl for the dick if you want to fuck her more than she wants to fuck you, right? You can't do nothing with that. But the moment that she's chasing you, right, and you're not that interested, now it's her that has to appeal to you. She has to win you over. She has to get your attention. She has to convince you to give her your time, your energy, your attention, right? Now, this is something that most motherfuckers have never done, and you probably never will do because you're just not even in a position to. But I put myself in this position many of times. Be with a very attractive woman. That's start number one. I don't know what you consider really attractive, but start wherever your starting point is and work your way up. You find yourself with a really attractive woman, and you go ahead and you work the steps how you normally work the steps. And when you get to that part where you're trying to fuck, check this out. Don't try to fuck. Let her know that you're confident. Let her know you're comfortable with yourself. But just don't be interested in it.
Dick discipline.
Right. And if you're a sexy motherfucker, then you really can pile the cards on, because if you're a sexy motherfucker, she gonna want it. So I put myself in a position many times when the chick wanted it, but I just, I'm gonna play some video games. Right here with this bad chick in my bed. That's how I first started getting butt when I was a younger dude. Right after I lost my virginity, that's how I kept it consistent. I would bring girls over the crib, and if I started like touching on them and kissing on them and whatever, and they hit me with that stop, I used to stop. I used to pull out the Mortal Kombat, pull out the PlayStation, and get on them sticks. And the chick be right there in my bed, like, so you just gonna play video games? I'll be like, oh, I got 2 controllers. You wanna play 2? That's how I used to get it, right? And then let it get drowsy or whatever, start lying down. Just don't be interested. And I'm telling you, 9 out of 10 times, what will happen is I'm either really sleeping or pretending to be asleep, and the next thing you know, she start rubbing her butt on me and start she acting like she's sleeping, but she trying to, you see what I mean? So I never exhausted myself with all that, trying to kiss on her and then touch the boob and she moved my hand and then touch this and she moved that. I never played those stupid ass games because I figured out real early that they're fucking games. When you're trying, she gets to, whether she wants it or not, because girls, sometimes they want it, but they don't want to look like a hoe and all this other kind of stuff. And they want you to basically be persistent so that later they can have that plausible deniability and they can really act like, oh no, what it was is you wore me down, right? So how I used to take that power away from them. This is young boy. This is young Allende. This is 16. That's all, not 16. This is like 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old Allende. That was my game. My game was get the chicks alone, make some advances, and the moment she told me stop, on some Me Too shit, do just that. Stop. No means no. But here's the thing. Don't be like these bitch ass niggas kicking girls out and getting all emotional. And oh, you don't want fuck, get the fuck out. That's what the rappers were talking about.
I'm gonna call another girl in front of you.
Right. If you're not a celebrity, that ain't gonna work. But what does work is just putting on a movie, grabbing the fucking controllers, getting up, making something to eat. If you act real cool about it, like it's no big deal. Hey, shorty, you could kick it, you could chill. I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple things around the house. I gotta do that. If you do that, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna find out real fast if this chick is fucking with you or she's just wasting your time. You're gonna find out. But as you get older, you become a grown-ass man, which where y'all should be now. That strategy doesn't stop working, is what I'm trying to say, because what you're doing is you're taking the power away from her, because she never really had that power. Our society just tells women that they have that power. That's why when they get with the Chris Browns or the football players or whatever, they already know they don't have the leverage.
Yep.
They already know with those guys they don't have the leverage, because those guys don't have to threaten to call another girl. They already know that those guys have plenty of women that if they were in this position, they on their knees already. They already naked and ready to go. So these girls know they can't fuck around with these guys. They know one or two things are going to happen. Either this guy is going to say get out politely, or he's going to say get out aggressively. That it's one of those two things, but he's not going to fuck around and waste his goddamn time, because his time is extremely valuable because of his status, and then also he has access to beautiful women who are down. You see what I'm saying? So, as you guys being normies, normal guys, you still can take back that power on an individual basis by just simply not putting yourself in a position to get rejected is what I'm trying to say.
Exactly. That's fast. You gotta it goes everything he's saying, it just goes to being disciplined, right? And understanding that the power really just comes from yourself. A lot of women, yes, it's just they're society conditioned to believe that the power is within them and whatnot. But what is the ultimate thing they ought to point to? Is their WAP. It's the WAP. It's all it is, because that's where they feel they have the power. But a lot of them, they only think they have the power because a lot of dudes who are out there who don't believe in themselves, who are horny, they give in because they don't realize the kind of power they have. You don't even realize that a girl finds it a lot more interesting and mysterious the fact that he's not trying to get at her right like that. She's gonna be like, oh shit, that already puts you ahead than every other dude that she deals with. I'm gonna tell you
y'all heard that. Y'all heard women want sex more than dudes. I know y'all heard that before.
Yeah. That's an absolute fact. So when she deals with dudes, and when we talk about how you handle rejection and stuff like that, when you're not being emotional and all that, that's all part of it. Because there are lots of dudes she deal with that can't handle out, like, oh, no sex, oh, get out, or hey, I don't want to give you my number, or the first side of rejection, right? They run off. There are lots of dudes that she ran through to do that, and that's part of the reason why women throw up shit tests, because they want to know, are you like the other dudes, right? Now they come over to your place, like you were saying, you make the advances. Oh, stop! I'm not gonna do that.
But there should only be one. There should only be one. This is the thing. You don't have to. There's nothing to be emotional about if the rejection is super fucking mild, and it's only uno. But if you keep on trying and you're doing all of this, then the rejection, yeah, you could take it personal because you done did so much. But if you just making one advance and shorty ain't with it, just leave it the fuck alone, bro. Just leave it alone, because a lot of girls, they're gonna try to hit you with the shaming language, like, oh, that's all you want, or oh, we can't hang out if it's not sex, or you see what I'm saying? Think about that. How many times, right, has a girl come over after your lame ass went and played that stupid back and forth ping pong of, well, what do you want to Netflix and chill for? And and you sat there and talked your way out of some pussy. Like, no, it's not about sex. I just want to hang out. It's not even like that. And how many of you dummies done talked yourself into that corner where you over there professing, no, it's not like that. I wasn't trying to fuck. I wasn't. And she's like, oh, okay, because I'm not like that. And you failed, motherfucker. It's not that she's not like that. It's that you failed the shit test. You failed the shit test by doing all that fucking talking. But what I'm trying to say is, how many times does a girl act like, I'm not coming over there to do that, but then y'all did that? You see what I'm saying?
She wants to see what you're gonna do. She wants to see how you're gonna act. That's it, right? Because like I said, the girls do require a lot more before they deal with dudes, like sexually, and that's what it is. It's part of the whole test. So the guys that get it, when she throws up that objection, it's just like, all right, how is he gonna handle this? Because automatically, if she's coming in to see you, she already know what the game's all about.
Yeah,
no
but
woman is gonna
take it away from her is what I'm trying to say. Take the rock away from her.
Right.
If you're playing basketball, the motherfucker can't score if you got possession of the ball. So y'all gotta learn how to take the power from these broads, because these broads don't have the power to begin with. It's a fiction of their imagination that society affords to them. For example, if a bitch has the nerve to say some shit like that to me, which doesn't happen often, right? I'm not operating in the same realm as most of you guys. I'm just saying. And that's just because I made myself sexy so that I don't have to worry about the even exchange. I'm interested in women because they're sexy. So I made myself sexy so that that's not an argument. I'm just being realistic here. I'm a businessman. So I figure if you're attractive and you got a nice body, well, guess what, bitch? I got a nice body too. So you ain't got one up on me on that. So we could trade on that. We could barter, and that's that, right? But let's just say a chick was to come at me with some bullshit like that. Oh, you trying to tell me come over Netflix and chill? What you think this is? And that? I would just simply tell her, hey, listen, first of all, slow your roll. I haven't even decided that I like you like that. But you see how I took it back from her, though? I took it back from her now. because she's trying to take the high ground, like she's the arbiter of whether or not we get physically intimate. And basically what I'm saying to her is like, whoa, you don't, who said you decide? Who said you? I didn't even decide that I want you like that, right? So y'all got to learn how to take the rock from the chick. You the one shooting shots. Don't be letting bitches shoot shots on you. You shooting shots, right? Right? So like when bitches say stupid shit like, oh, well, you got a strong body. Do you also got a strong mind? You see, look what she's trying to do. Look what she's trying to do. She's trying to act like it's not even so much an insult, but what she's trying to do is trying to act like she's the one that decides if you're good enough. Y'all got to catch these bitches when they try that stupid shit. When they try to act like they're the ones that are determining, and you the one that gotta measure up. You gotta switch it up real quick. You gotta take that from them, and you have to learn how to be clever about that, right? Because what she's letting you know is where her mindset is at, right? And that's a flawed mindset. With that mindset, she can't win. It's not just about you can't win with that mindset. She can't win either. I'm gonna tell you why. Because chicks are attracted to guys that are higher than them, that are better, smarter, stronger, taller, everything more than them. So if her mindset is that she's the teacher and she's grading your paper, she automatically made it impossible for both of you to win. Now you both automatically fail because she's already limited you to somebody that's beneath her that needs to gain her approval. Wrong. So you gotta listen to how a chick is talking. When a chick is talking, she should be talking from a position of admiration. Right? Listen to what she's saying. She should be saying things that are more like, oh, I see that you do, and I wish I could, or I would like to, or I like that you. Okay, good, bitch. You're in your place. You're in your place. Under me, beneath me. The moment a chick start talking like you got to prove yourself worthy, either you need to get the hell away from that chick, or you need to learn how to take the rock from her. Right? And that takes skill. So you got to be clever. Because you're basically stealing the ball. She's dribbling and you basically stealing the basketball from like, stupid. What you thought? What you thought? I got the rock. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of y'all already are used to letting women talk to you like that. And you don't even know it. It's so subliminal. And we're all so used to that. That's why a lot of you motherfuckers fail on dating apps right away. Because her profile, before you even match with her, before you even start messaging with her, her profile is already talking down to you. Her profile is already talking to you condescending. Be normal. The fuck does this mean, be normal? If you voted for Trump, swipe left. The fuck is this? Be 6 foot or taller. Wait, the fuck is this bitch talking? Do you see what I'm saying? Before you even got to talking to her personally, you already lost. Because she's already looking at you and everybody else that's matching with her as beneath her and needs to prove himself otherwise. Right? So you need to be either extremely good with making that point coming through the door. Right? You need to make that point coming through the door so that she knows immediately, oh, this guy's different. Let me not talk to him like that. Because if not, you're going to be wasting your time. I guarantee you're going to be wasting your time because the starting point is wrong, right? And I know that's why Duke has a lot of pet peeves with this bad dating advice that's out there because it sets you motherfuckers up to be having the wrong starting point just like these chicks.
Yep. You're already buying into that frame. You're already buying into that mindset. Just like you said with these dating profiles, you got to be this, you got to be that. All of a sudden, you guys buy into that mindset, saying, "Oh, assuming that you have to earn that approval. You ain't got to earn shit, bro. If she's not your cup of tea, she's not your cup of tea. But guess what? You stand on your ground, you stand on your square, bro. It's up to her. It's the ball's in her court, right? And realistically, she's gonna find you even more attractive, or have at least a level of respect for you for holding your own. That's it. Chicks want dudes that they can respect. Exactly. And here's another key thing for a lot of you guys, especially when you're in this dating game, man. Just because she doesn't fuck you on the first day doesn't mean you lost anything. It doesn't mean that, because a lot of y'all are carrying this idea that, I didn't get laid today. I didn't. She came over, but we just talked, and then all these guys are telling you, no, it's your game. Your game's weak. This is not any of that. And just because she doesn't fuck you that day doesn't mean she's not gonna fuck you the next day or the day after that. You gotta understand that too. You guys gotta realize that this is a game. There's a back and forth, right? So you just like, and here's what I loved about what you said, because this is something that's not being taught to a lot of dudes right now. And if you guys want to really be good with women, you have to master the art of subtlety. You have to master the art of non-verbal communication. That's it. Real talk. When we're talking about women deal on a subliminal level, well, that's what it is. So when they talk about each other, it's all subliminal. It's all sub-diss. It's never overt. So you have to master their language, how they speak, in order to understand what's going on in that situation. So then you can understand that if she says one thing, you understand what that really means. I'm not coming over just to fuck you, or we're not gonna fuck tonight, right? Now you understand what that means.
Have a plan. Listen, y'all, a lot of y'all need to have plans for these girls that supersede sex. Sex should be a given when you're interacting with a female, because she's a female and you're a male. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like that should be a given. Like going to a restaurant, you know you're gonna eat, right? You might not know what you're gonna eat. You might not know what the dessert's gonna be. You don't know what you're doing after dinner, all that other kind of stuff. But you know you're gonna eat, right? That's a given. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're taking a girl out to dinner, your plan doesn't exceed putting food in your mouth, chewing and swallowing, you ain't a leader. So when you're dealing with broads, you need to have a plan for that individual that exceeds just hooking up with her. And a lot of y'all motherfuckers act like that's the end game and she's the goalie. Fail. If I'm talking to a chick, I already decided I'm gonna smash. That ain't up to her. That's up to me, right? And that's just in my head. You can say that I'm tripping, I'm cocky, I'm overconfident. You can call it whatever the fuck you want. But in my mind,
that's a mindset you should have, though.
Right. In my mind,
just like a professional fighter. They have that mindset all the time.
Right. If you go to work, you already decided that you're getting paid, right? That's why you're going to work, to get paid, right? You understand what I'm saying? Now, my question is that it? That's your plan for work? To go to work and get paid and get up and do it again? If that is, that's sad. That's slavery. So what I'm saying is, you guys have to plan. You got to think, right? And these chicks don't have no damn plan. That's why I'm not sitting here going back and forth with no chick about being cooperative or submissive or following my program. I don't have to do that. It's real simple. You got a plan? You got a plan? Well, I have a plan. All right? So that's it. I have a plan. Shut up, follow. Right? I don't have to explain it to you every time. You don't got to know exactly where it's going, whatever. Just trust me. Know I got a motherfucking plan. Shut up and ride. Right? The problem is, a lot of y'all don't come with a fucking plan. Y'all come in limbo. You come in whatever she'll let me do, whatever she's, if she lets me, if that's not a plan, bro. That's not a plan.
And y'all can't be allowing yourself to fall into that mentality. Shout out to Blacklight with the $5 super chat. Women try to dominate through passive aggression and soft control. Women work with surplus. That's facts. You know, it's all everything with women that does. It's all passive aggressive because they're not physically more dominant than a man. Oh, there's another one. Another $5 super chat from Black Lives. Shout out. Men show interest. Women desire intrigue. Be smart, mysterious, and slow to react. You will win.
Oh, very. Yeah,
absolutely.
Very.
And I'm gonna just leave that up there. Let's even go off of that. Yeah.
These chicks want to be with a motherfucker where they can just relax and follow. That's, believe it or not, that's a lot of these chicks' wet dream, is they wish they could be with a dude where they could just fucking kick back, relax, let their hair blow in the wind, and just see what he has in store. That's what they really want, because they like surprises and shit like that. But here's the thing, though. They need to be confident that you know what the fuck you doing with that compliance. Mm-hmm. And a lot of y'all just aren't that convincing. And a lot of the times, because you don't have a fucking plan, no way. You understand what I'm saying? But she wants to know that your plan is better than her reaction, because that's what they are. They're reactionary. But here's the thing. When you don't have a plan and a chick can smell that, that's when they start trying to step in and fill in blanks and orchestrate and kind of nudge you and tell you what to do and influence you. And that's when they start doing all that dumb shit, because they're doing that out of fear. They're making an adjustment. They call it an audible because they see that this dude does not have a plan. I'm not convinced that this nigga knows what the fuck he's doing. And it's not hard for a chick to tell you ain't got a goddamn plan. You understand what I'm saying? And your plan should be all encompassing. That plan should be from every little detail to every major detail, right? When I go and I pick a chick up for a date or whatever, I'm already looking at the angles and trying to position myself so that I can get to the passenger door and open it up before she gets there, but still look cool and smooth when I slide over to my side to get in the car. You see what I'm saying? All of that's how your mind needs to be working. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that just needs to be for you as an individual. That should just be your swag. That should be your flow. That should just be how you roll. You understand what I'm saying? I hate when dudes say shit like chivalry is dead or holding doors for girls and all this other stuff is simping. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Chivalry is a man-made thing. It's a man-made thing.
I want to come up with a new name for that. Can you hear me? What is going on with my camera over here? A new word for that, man. It's gonna be swimming in motherfucking pussy, simp, right? Because real talk, it's the people like these guys who throw these simp word around. They're the same ones that real talk are the simps. Are the ones who that do the things that attract the woman, that do the pursuing and whatnot. They're the ones who get the pussy, right? The ones who are being respectful to women and all that. They're the ones who are doing that. So you got to understand that that's what. Go ahead. Huh?
No.
I know. I see it. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with it. Hold on. I'm gonna get back in real quick. Go ahead, Yender.
I mean, I was raised up on it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You understand what I'm saying? And y'all motherfuckers be running around name calling shit, man. It just, I don't know, it reminds me so much of girls, bro. It reminds me of women. It reminds me of these pseudo feminists that just be shouting out catchphrases, patriarchy, and just saying words, bro. So when you accuse people of being simps and all this other shit, it's like we need some clear definitions of understanding of what means what. In my opinion, there's no such thing as a simp activity or a beta activity or an alpha activity. It's not what you did. It's the mindset in which you did it and the circumstances. There's things that if you do it for one particular chick, you're a fucking white knight. But if you do it for another chick, you're just being a man. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's certain situations where you do something and you're being a gentleman. There's other situations you do that same exact thing and you're a fucking sucker. So it's not the activity, okay, that determines the connotation. It's the connotation itself, right? So if you in the gym, you spotting some chick that didn't come to the gym with you, you didn't plan to work out with her, you just over there helping her out with her workout and prioritizing what she's doing, nigga, that's some simp shit.
Yeah.
But if you woke up with a bitch in the motherfucking morning, she made your pancakes and your protein shake and you went to the gym together and you're spotting her, that's not simping. That's a chick that you fucking, right? And you working out with her, you having a gym date with her. So
but
how is the onlooker gonna determine what's simping and what's not? The amount of times that niggas have told me I'm simping, bitch, I'm not capable of simping. Yeah. And the reason why is because I don't do shit to bitches that I don't have access to. So how am I simping if my dick is in her mouth when I get good and ready? How am I simping?
But those guys don't see that though. They don't see the other side. Because then they don't have that experience. That's what it is. So they look at you and how you're treating the woman and how you're doing that, and they say, okay, I don't have that experience, but he seems like he's not treating them like all these other guys that are saying that you're supposed to treat women. We're supposed to be hard and we're supposed to be rigid and throwing bricks out there. Versus this guy, he's soft and he's caring and he's willing to listen to her. That's on some simp shit. It's like, dude, you don't know. And that's what I'm talking about. It's the guys who are more attentive, because when you want to woo a woman, when you want to pursue a woman, you have to pay attention to her. Otherwise, what the fuck are you doing? You can't just go down and randomly start approaching girls here and there, left and right? Because you look stupid. You also want to be selective. So what is it? You see your target and you focus on it. That's why when they talk about spinning plates and whatnot, I'm thinking about them like, yo, do you know how much work it goes into like seeing a chick and spotting her and actually figuring out what you're going to do it? That's what pursuit means. But guys like that who don't understand that, they labeled you as a simp, right? No.
But that should be fun.
Yeah, it should be fun. That should be fun. You see what I'm saying? And women love that shit too. They love to be pursued. Matter of fact, that's one of the main things they complain about that's not happening anymore.
Yeah, because you know what it is? They want to enjoy the game too. Right? Because we don't have courtship like that anymore. But that's part of the aspects of dating that's missing that takes the fun out of it. And I can say that. This is coming from someone that's had years of casual sex. I'm sorry, bro. Casual sex is not as fun
You're not
as
missing anything, man. You're not
right.
missing out on anything.
It's not as much fun as actively putting a mark on a bitch's head and pursuing that mark. Okay, it's just like the con. You get what I'm saying? When you deal with business, you should be like a con artist. You should be saying, okay, I see this motherfucker. I want to do business with him. I see how he's operating. Okay, I'm going to program him for a little bit. I'm going to observe him. I'm going to learn about him. I'm going to figure out how I can come at him. You know what I'm saying? I want to present my deal. I want to close on this motherfucker. It should be like a game, bro. But the same way with a female. You should be like, damn, I see this chick. Man, she look good. I be seeing her every once in a while, man. She work over at the yeah. Yeah, bro. I think she's single. You know what? I'm gonna try to get at that. And you sit there and you systematically come up with a plan. You know what I'm saying? You learn about all this. It should be fun, right? Now, what I'm saying is you could very easily just match with a bitch on Tinder and hook up with her the first night that you meet in person. I mean, which was more gratifying? You see what I'm saying? And then also a lot of you guys, what I was telling you about, when you dealing with chicks, you should have a plan that supersedes the sex. Women are too goddamn time consuming as it is. So in my opinion, I would rather deal with 8, 9s, and 10s, and I would rather structure it in a way that there's residuals. Me personally, I like having access to women. Okay? That's why these dudes, these goofballs over there, one thing I never could understand about these niggas is why I don't never see you with the same bitch twice. I don't get it. Because if I deal with a chick and she look good, why on God's green earth would I want to just one night stand? Why would I not want to be able to pick up the phone whenever I feel like it and be like, yo, what's up, baby? What you doing?
And are they really even building a rotation? That's not even how you even build a rotation.
No, they
don't got
no damn rotation.
There's no rotation.
But that's what I'm saying, man. I've never really just thought to myself, I just want to hit it one time. Like, I've had homeboys like that, and I could never understand them. I've had homeboys be like, yo, man, I only hit it twice and I'm out of there. And it's like, he'd never talk to that girl again. And I'm just like, damn, bro, how you? So unless a dude like has a girlfriend or a wife or some shit, I can never understand why you would want to just knock it down and then that just be the end of it. And I also couldn't understand, why would you want to just like knock it down and that's it? Like, I want a chick cooking, I want a chick cleaning. You know what I'm saying? Like, my whole shit is about having relationship benefits without like putting in relationship time and commitment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Jamaican, so when I grew up, that's how the men operated with women that I saw in my community and in my family. When they dealt with women, you wouldn't be able to tell that was just like something casual. You would think that was like they woman, because she'd be cooking, she'd be cleaning, coming by their job, dropping off food and shit like that. But then on the flip side of it, he would not be like limited to that one woman. Like, he wouldn't be like committed to her, like that's my only woman. But the way she treated him and interacted with him, you could tell that's her only dude. So in my head, you know what I'm saying, how I've been conditioned is that's the ideal dynamic between a young man and the females that he's interacting with, is they treat you like you their dude, like you they wash it, they wash the clothes and shit. You leave clothes over there, when you come back over, that shit's washed and folded type shit. So I don't understand how guys are just so, it's like they're too damn casual. It's too hookup culture. It's too hookup culture.
And one thing I want to add to it is that you bring up a point. What a lot of guys don't realize is we're already naturally wired to do this already, right? When we talk about how we tend to build women and build these fantasies in our heads, a lot of us, that's actually supposed to be used to focus in and figure out how to pursue a woman. That's what all that is. But a lot of us, some of us, we use that to basically fawn over her and then buy into that frame and buy into that mindset that she has. And then what ends up happening is you come into the situation and she already sees you as beneath her, rather than taking that time. Okay, this is the target that I want. This is the lady that I'm looking for. This is the one that does it for me. Everything's good. Now I'm gonna start paying attention to her to see what it is what's my in, right? We're talking about the great con, right? We want to talk about that. What is your in? how can you get there, right? How can I get in? And that's it. And you have that natural tendency to do that already, a lot of you guys, right? But it's misused because there's a lot of noise out there, and a lot of young guys, you don't know what you're doing. Let me say this, guys. The lines are going to be open for a little bit. We got another couple more minutes here, man. So call in. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation right now. 15 minutes left. Let's go ahead and do it.
Let me address some bad dating advice that I've heard, probably from the same individual multiple times. When he be telling motherfuckers that they need to dominate women, and you need to dominate them sexually and dominate them financially. Let me tell you something. This is how you dominate women. You dominate women with experiences. This is what sets you apart from other men, is experiences. If you think you're going to dominate a woman with money, you're a fucking idiot. Because if she's beautiful enough to get one millionaire, she's beautiful enough to get multiple millionaires. So if you think that you have more money than any guy that she's ever dealt with, you're just being naive, right? So you're not going to dominate her with money in the sense of you have more money. You might dominate her in the sense of what have you done with your money, right? So if she dated a millionaire and he had a mansion and blah, 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 but maybe you only making $300K a year, but you took her up in a helicopter for the first time. That's an experience. You're the first person to give her that experience. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sexually, right? If you think you have the biggest dick out of any bitch any dude she's ever fucked. I mean, it's possible if you got just an extremely big dick in general, but it's numbers wise, it's unlikely. Most women have experienced dicks much bigger than yours, to your surprise. That doesn't mean that was the best sex they ever had, right? So the point I'm trying to make is how you dominate her sexually is not being the biggest, and it's not fucking her longer than anybody. It's not going to be something as basic as that. It's going to be maybe a different level of intimacy. Maybe you did some freaky shit that nobody's ever done. Maybe you made her come in a way nobody's ever come. But the point I'm trying to make overall is it's experiences. You could be the best listener that a bitch ever dealt with before. You might just happen to have the right response to something that she's feeling or something that she said that no other guy ever responded to her to that way, or made her or made her feel that good about herself, or reassured her, or whatever. She might have daddy issues, and your take on it is so different and so unique that she was able to move forward and make some progress that she was never able to make in her life before, just simply because of the way that you put the shit into context for her, right? What I'm trying to say is when you're dealing with chicks, that's how you dominate a woman, is with unique experiences. Sometimes those things can cost no money at all. Sometimes they can cost a lot of money. But one thing they all have in common is being clever, right? Up here. You know what I'm saying? Up here, right? So a lot of you dudes, you got to learn how to bond with these chicks. At the end of the day, these chicks is human.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? You're not hitting them on a level that nobody hit them before.
I never understood why people saw this as so difficult, man. You damn near want to be her damn drug. She wants to be able to so much that she got to come back to you. What happened? Oh shit, Allende, you got kicked. Oh no, Allende, come back. What happened? Dude, the StreamYard. But we're trying to get him back in here. Let's try to get him back in here. But yeah, you guys almost want to be her drug, man. That's what it is. It sounds crazy, but it is. She wants to be able to have someone to keep coming back to, that to be that person that she can say, all right, this person does it for me. This person does all of it for me, and I can't I wouldn't say function without him, but almost like, damn, I need this dude in my life, right? And she's gonna be willing to do what it is to keep you in her life. That's what you guys call quote unquote submission. But a lot of you guys want that submission without actually having to put in the work to get her to do that, right? Because it takes you bonding with her and focusing on her to be able to get that level of respect. A lot of you guys just expect it, right? And you think it's no wonder these girls, these ladies, they look at it as a situation where when they hear that submissive term, right? It's one of those things where it's right? Because it's something where if you really think about it, it's coming from a place of appreciation, a place of love and respect. That's what it is. She's doing what it is to keep her drug here with her.
Right. I mean, listen, there should be always an exchange of value going on between people. Right? I don't care if you're dealing with somebody that's... go ahead.
I want to no, come on, man. I want to see you. I want to get your response to this. Will Mott? She has too many options. Absolutely, a lot of girls do, right? But what sets you apart?
That's what I just said, though. That's the point, and that's why it seems like it's harder nowadays, because it seems like there's more options. But here's the thing, though: when you're interacting with females, how often do they go on their phone? If you're out with a chick and she's in her phone frequently, that's a you problem. You want to make it a her problem, but that's what women do. Women blame the dude. It's the quality of guys. Nah, nigga. It's the quality
Too
of
many
you.
options.
No, I'm telling you right now, it's the quality of you. And I know this because I used to think and believe that. But what would happen was, when I get around certain females, I'm observing, because I'm super observant. I'm constantly observing. And you'll be able to tell real fast which one of these bitches are just superficial, materialistic, damaged goods, and which one of these chicks have the potential to be. They might have the look of it or whatever, but there's something about you that draws whatever humanity they have in them out and amplifies it, right? So, for example, you could be the hardest motherfucker. You could be the baddest bad boy you want to be, the biggest asshole you want to be. There's going to be a chick that has a certain kind of chemistry where you could be like, oh shit, you know what? Now I want to be playful with this chick. Now I want to have fun. Now I want to actually listen to what this chick has to say. Normally I tell the bitch, shut up. I don't care what you got to say. You don't know shit about politics. But this chick actually does make some pretty good points. I want to hear where she's going with this. So there's always going to be that person that brings that out of you, so to speak, right? Are you that man that brings that out of her? So if I'm with a chick and she's a Instagram model and an influencer or whatever, in my head I can already, be like, oh, she's gonna be like this, and she's gonna be on her phone the whole time, and she's gonna be thinking she's the shit, and she's gonna be blah blah blah. But then it's like, if I'm that motherfucker, suddenly she put that motherfucker on. I'll talk to these niggas later. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? But also, with that being said, it's also, how do you handle and conduct yourself to give her that safe space to show you something different, right? So when I deal with people, male, female, old, young, whatever, I believe in an exchange of value, but I also believe in going first, because I believe it's a show of confidence within myself that I have value to offer. If I go first, I'm letting you know I'm confident that you're gonna you're going to what you call it, you're gonna give back. I'm confident.
Yep. You're gonna reciprocate.
Right. It's like when you give good service as a waiter, you already know you're gonna get a good tip. You get what I'm saying? So you can do your job confidently. You can run circles around that restaurant because you already know I'm gonna be compensated because I do a great fucking job and I know how to interact, I know how to talk, I know how to relate. So when you're dealing with a female, a lot of times, sometimes you got to be the one to go ahead and give that little bit of value first. But obviously, don't let yourself be taken advantage of. But you give enough to see, is this bitch gonna hang herself with it, or what's she gonna do with it, right? So I'll give you a little bit of example. I'm gonna paint a picture for you guys real quick. This is a true story. All my stories is true stories, right? I met this super bad chick. And I can say she's super bad because this bitch has been on the cover of Maxim more times than I got fingers on one hand. This is real talk. If I gave you her name, you could Google the chick. So I met her at South Beach, minding my business, going down motherfucking Ocean. No, actually, I'm lying. I was going down Washington. And I was in my Challenger. This is when I just copped the Challenger. I bought the Challenger when it first came out, when people didn't know what it was. Had it on them 22s, and I'm going down, and I see her with two other girls, a black girl and a white girl, all three of them models. One was a Playboy girl, one was just a straight up model, and the one that I ended up talking to was a Maxim model. And I kept it simple. I just waved, because that was my shit back then. You know what I'm saying? I waved to bitches. You see what I'm saying? If they responded, I got on my shit. I put my pants and I went and approached them like a man. But I always primed it first, like, you know what I'm saying? Because that was the invite. If I got the smile and they waved back, you can't play me now because you basically invited me to come over here. If I waved and you waved back, you obviously with it.
Welcome, Angelus. Welcome.
What's up?
Welcome. Yeah, welcome to the stream, man. Seriously.
Let's go. You just jumped in story time.
Oh, I heard all of it, man. I heard all of it. I didn't miss a beat.
You just jumped in story time, and I'm telling the fellas about. This isn't the first time I dated a model, but it's the first time I dated a model of this caliber. Right? right?
All
So all it took was a wave, right? Mind you, I had a wife beater on. It wasn't even that big back then, but the car was clean because I washed my car every Wednesday and every Saturday, and I washed it myself. So when they waved back, I pulled over. She approached the car. All three of them approached the car, and I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? How you ladies doing? You guys need a ride? And she's like, yeah, we staying up at this hotel right up on here. It was like 10, 12 blocks up. So I was like, all right, jump in, I'll take y'all. So they had to put the seat up because you know the challenge is a coupe. So they had to put the seat up, let the other two in. So I already knew that she knew what I was dishing because she was the one that put the seat up and let her friends get in the back. So she already knew, like, I'm looking at you, mama. She knew, right? Puerto Rican thing. So she got in, we driving, we making real, just regular casual talk because once I know it's a good, I peel it back. I peel it back and I get real, just normal, real relaxed. Like you're just talking to anybody type shit. There's no reason to go in on it so hard because she's already got the bait in her mouth. So I drop them off at the hotel at the valet, and you know she let the friends out, and I just leaned over and you know I got her number, and she said, "Listen, I'm gonna be in South Beach for a couple of days." And I said, well, "Listen, you know I want to see you again." She said, "Of course, obviously." I said, "All right, well we'll keep in touch." Cool. Next day, I text her, and she tells me, "Listen, I'm hosting this event, you know, over at this club or whatever. It was a popular club at the time." I said, "Okay." It sounded like she had a plan. Like the way she said it sounded like she already orchestrated something. Like she had something going on in her head. So I said, "Okay, what you got in mind?" And she was like, "You want to go?" And I was like, "Listen, if you're gonna be there, I want to go. You know, but this is the type of swag you got to have with it. You see what I'm saying? The witty banter. So when she said, "Do you want to go?" I said, "Listen, if you're gonna be there, obviously I want to go, baby." So she said, "All right, come pick us up at the same hotel at this time." I said, "Bet, I'll be there." All right. Now check this out. This is G shit. I want you guys to pay attention to the story because the point of this story ain't about bragging. It's not, nigga, please. It's not the only model I dated. What I'm trying to do is show you how I behaved in accordance to the things that she did and said, and how it set me apart from other guys.
Okay.
So I go to pick him up from the hotel, right? Check this shit out. Because majority of the things that happened with this chick was a surprise to me, but I handled it with the confidence and the reserve like it had happened a million times. So she tells me the floor and the room number. She says, "Come up. We're getting ready." All right. I go upstairs. Mind you, it's three of them. Black girl, white girl, Puerto Rican girl. I go upstairs. I knock on the door, right? Check this shit out. She opens the door completely naked. She didn't even have earrings on, right? She answers the door completely naked, holding her breast or whatever, right? So when she opens the door and I see that she's naked, I immediately grabbed the door and pulled it a little bit towards me. I said, "Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Y'all niggas gotta chill out. Y'all niggas gotta fall back." And she was like, "What happened?" She said, "Who you with?" So I said, "I'm just fucking with you. I'm by myself." But the fact that I instantly made it a joke, it let her know that I wasn't like, oh my God, she's naked.
And most guys would have fell for that. Most guys would have. That's a low hanging fruit.
Right. So the fact that I made it a humorous moment right away, I pulled the door back and act like I was protecting her. Like, "Hey, hold on, brother. Y'all gotta chill. You see what I'm saying? I said, "Baby, you decent?" She's like, "Hold on." She said, I didn't know you came with somebody." I said, "Yeah, man, these niggas are savages out here." So when she covered up, when she opened the door, she said, "Boy, you so stupid." I said, "I'm just fucking with you." So she let me in the place. Now the other two chicks was naked too, but they was in the bathroom. So they doing makeup and all of that, and I sit down, and she says to me, she sat me down next to like a makeup, like a table or whatever with mirrors and like ring light type shit. So she said, "I'm gonna hurry up. We running late. I'm gonna hurry up and get ready." I said, "Baby, I ain't even rush you. Go ahead and do your thing." So then she yells to me from the bathroom, "Hey, you smoke?" I said, "Occasionally." So she told me some weed. She said, "Why don't you go ahead and roll up?" I said, "Cool." I adjusted the seat so that I could see nothing. I went out of my way to give them their privacy. I went out of my way to make it clear. I'm not peeking. I'm not looking. I'm not, right? Roll the best motherfucking blunt ever. You understand what I'm saying? And I was patient. A couple of times I went out into the hallway like I was taking a call. The point is, I was going out of my way to not be pressed by this whole situation that's happening. Even though in my mind, I'm like, motherfucker, this shit crazy. I got 3 models in here, butt ass naked, 1 black, 1 blue. I got 3 flavors in here. This shit like Baskin Robbins in my head. You know what I'm saying? But on the outside exterior, I'm Snoop Dogg, you all cool as a fan, player. You see what I'm saying?
Composure.
Right. So once I saw that they were like starting to kind of do their little jump thing and starting to pull down dresses and stuff, I said, hey, listen, ladies, at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and get the car from valet. I'll just meet y'all downstairs. They're like, okay, cool. So I go downstairs and head call my boy. Like, nigga, you won't believe what's going on in here. Yeah, you already know. So now I'm downstairs, taking Lynn off the car seat, spraying a little bit of that, making sure everything ready to go. They come down there looking amazing. Valet open up the door for them. I'm looking like a pimp. Valet looking at me like, nigga, what you do? I'm like, nigga, I'm on my business as you should, right? So boom, we get over to the club now. So I live on South Beach at the time, so I know South Beach. So I'm kind of like looking for parking, and she looked at me and she said, "What you doing, boy?" I said, "Oh, I'm just, it was a Thursday night, so I'm like, yeah, I'm finna go over here get some parking." She was like, "Parking?" I was like, "Yeah, what happened?" She's like, "Baby, I don't." She's like, "Baby, we don't do that." I said, "I'm sorry." She said, "No, go ahead and go over to valet." She said, "I got it. Don't worry about it." So for a moment, I was like, "Okay." You know what I'm saying? I had to kind of like put that in the note box, like, okay, nigga, you fucked up. Don't do that again. You see what I'm saying? I'm learning now. So I'm like, nigga, you with 3 bad bitches. You over there trying to park stupid. You should have been valeting. I was like, damn, you right. Allende. Note to self. Whenever you with beautiful women, you see what I'm saying? So, okay, something to learn. So I'm learning. So I learned that, right? So I pull up on the valet, and she gets out. She tells him, yeah, go ahead, valet. I want you to make sure you keep this in the front. No. And the guy's like, yeah, sure. And so I'm, reaching for the wallet. She's like, baby, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Cool, right? It's $50 fucking. I'm like, So we go in the club now, right? And this is where the shit get interesting. So come to find out, she was like the model that was booked. She was the host and the whole big thing, right? So she get in, she bring the VIP. Everybody get comfortable. They bring bottles. She's like, all right, baby, I gotta go. I gotta work. And I'm like, ugh. All right, but I gotta handle it like a G now. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, baby, I'm gonna be right here or whatever. Left me with like ladies. There was no dudes in there. It was me and other ladies. And they were girls. She didn't know them other girls, but they were there, right? So she go make her rounds or whatever. They get on the mic, whatever she's doing. So what do? I start mingling. Start meeting girls, start dancing a little something. Meet a little Mexican chick from Texas and everything. So I'm like, okay. But I'm looking out the corner of my eye because I'm trying not to, get caught or whatever. This chick was a ninja. She just kept on popping up, like in my peripheral, popping up behind me. I'm like, hey, what's up, baby? She's like, okay, I see you having fun. I'm like, yeah. She's like, no. She's like, relax. She's like, go ahead, have a good time, enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? I gotta work. I feel bad, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be with you as soon as I can. So I'm like, okay, cool. So she's like, listen, you want to smoke? And I'm like, She's like, don't worry about it. You can smoke here. I'm like, really? She said, yeah. So she comes back. She gave me some weed. So now I'm in the VIP smoking with all these chicks. I'm passing the blunt around and shit. Smoking, right? So finally, I get the girl that I'm like mingling with. I get her number and everything like that. She gonna be in Miami for like the whole week. I get all her information or whatever. Shorty comes back. So she said, baby, you mad at me? I said, what the fuck could a nigga be mad for? I said, if anything, I'm just a little bit hungry. So she's like, you hungry? I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking starving. So she's like, all right, you want to get something to eat? I said, listen, as long as I get some dessert. So she's like, haha. So I'm like, all right, yeah, whatever. Let's get up out of here. Didn't happen. Get out of there. She's like, listen, my girls want to go back to the room, whatever. I ain't put no pressure on. I said, all right, cool. No, we'll go over there, whatever. Drop them off. Everything was simple. So now I'm leaving and I'm thinking to myself, damn, did I fuck up? I'm over here reevaluating this shit. I'm like, I don't even know what to make of it. Because she was cool and calm and collected, right? Next thing I know, this chick bounces. She goes back to LA, right? Ain't thinking nothing of it. Maybe like a week, 2 weeks go by. This is what Duke was saying. When he was like, if you don't fuck the first night or whatever, that don't mean nothing, right? Couple weeks go by, right? I'm talking to this chick, and look what she says to me. She hits me up, and she says, "Listen, baby, I'm coming back to Florida or whatever." So I'm like, "Really? Right? Really?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm coming. I'll be by myself or whatever." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, we definitely need to catch up or whatever." She's like, "Yeah," and then she hits me back, and she says, "Baby, how far are you from Orlando?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm like 3 hours." She's like, "Oh." She's like, when I booked the thing for Florida, I got excited because I was like, yo, I'm gonna get to see you again and all this kind of stuff. And I'm thinking in my head, she wasn't really feeling me like that. So I'm like, really? She's like, yeah, but I thought it was close. She's like, I had no idea. And in my head, I'm thinking to myself, this girl, 3 hours? It ain't nothing.
Yeah.
So I told her, I said, listen, I said 3 hours. It's nothing, baby. I said, how long are you gonna be in Orlando? She said, I'm gonna be in Orlando all weekend. Right? She's like, I get in on Friday morning and I'm gonna be there until Sunday night. I said, listen, I'm gonna come see you. She said, really? I said, yeah. She said, listen, you come and stay the weekend with me in Orlando? I said, what I told you before? She's like, what you mean? I was like, when you asked me about the party, and I said, if you there, that's where I want to be, right? She's like, yeah. I was like, all right, well, it sounds like I want to be in Orlando this weekend. So she was like, all right. So nigga, I cleaned the car. You know what I'm saying? I packed. I got ready. So boom, I got on the road, nigga. I'm happier than this is one of the happiest weekends of my life. Because if you seen this chick, you'd understand. She is, to this day, she is still bad. And we still talk every once in a while. She's married now. But that's besides the point. So me, I hit it. 95, going all the way up to Orlando. Check this out. When I get to Orlando and I get to the hotel, look what she says to me. It's the first thing she says to me. She says, baby, you just drove 3 hours from me. And I said, this is true. She said, I want you to know something. I said, what's that? She said, whatever you want this weekend, I want you to tell me because I want to do that for you. She said, you wanna do something now? Or you want to get something to eat? And I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like I knew what she was saying, but I was the way that she said it. She was like,
I'll take eat first for 2,000, Alex.
Exactly.
Eat
She right. So she's like, I imagine that you're tired. She's like, I imagine, you know what I'm saying? You're tired after drive. I said, I'm not tired. I said, I'm a young boy. I'm healthy. I said, but I am hungry. She said, okay, baby, well, what you want to eat? She said, whatever you want, whatever type of restaurant, everything this weekend is on me. I just want you to know the rest of the weekend is on me because you took the time to drive up here and be with me and stay with me. So I'm like, whatever, babe. I'm like, whatever you want. She's like, you like Italian? I said, listen, whatever you're sitting across the table with is fine with me. Because she's like, all right, let's do it. So we made reservations or whatever. We find a restaurant or whatever. We're rolling. Now, this is the part I want you guys to pay attention to. So now when we in the car, we driving, I got the windows down. I'm doing a natural ear thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I got the iPad plugged in. So, you know what I'm saying? She can like, go through all the songs. I got the Trey songs on this shit. I got the Usher and everything. Now, this chick is on her phone. And I just hear the click, 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 click. She's on the phone and she's doing this, right? Now, what did G like me do? While she texting on the iPhone, I don't even look over to her. I keep my eyes on the road. While I'm driving, I unplug the iPad and I pass her the USB to charge the cell phone. And I just see her out of my peripheral stop. She just stopped with the phone in her hand, like, just stuck, staring at me. So finally, she takes the charger from me, she plugs her phone in, and she just takes a deep breath, and she stops again, she looks at me, and she says, that's why I like you so much. And I'm like, what you mean? She was like, any other dude would be bitching and complaining about who am I texting and why I text so much and all sort of kind of stuff. And she's like, listen, to be honest, this ain't no other dude or nothing like that. She said, this is my manager. This is other bookings, other events. And she said, I'm honestly trying to hurry up and respond to these people, make these dates, book this shit so I can just get the fuck off this phone and enjoy my time with you. And I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was thinking it was. And she was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So she was like, all right, you know what? That's it. No more phone. She was like, no more phone for the rest of the weekend. I was like, yeah, I ain't complaining. But the point is, she did not pick. The point is, she did not pick up that motherfucking phone again until Sunday. And this was Friday.
See,
Right?
that right there, because we gotta start wrapping up. So we got the other stream coming in. But real talk, you got what there was so much gems dropped in there, man. If you guys were paying attention, the focus that this man had on this girl, and the way he was able to make it just so indirect. That's the game, bro. That's literally
it's not
it.
even, yeah, and not even that too. Like the end of what hit home for me, which if nobody didn't pay attention to that one, and it's crazy when people tell stories, other people don't catch it. So I'm gonna say that last part when you made the comment about, I'm looking straight, grab the cord for the charger for the phone, and she reacted to it. 3 things popped in my mind. Number 1, you said it without saying it, and when she even made the comment, she already registered. Oh, other guys get upset. They think I'm on the phone. So she naturally thought, immediately used like that. Now she deflected back to herself, which are even saying it like, okay, now cool, great. He's not like that other guy. He's paying attention to details. But at the same time, not trying to play you out or anything else, but you on the side note, you like, I don't even give a fuck you on that phone. We're already in our destination going somewhere else, but you got an extra step ahead of the game with her just doing that alone. And that's the problem a lot of people don't get. They take checker moves and keep going when you need to be playing 5 steps ahead of that. That spoke volumes on itself.
That's such a good.
That same thing. The same thing happened when I did the same thing. I didn't argue with her. I didn't say anything. Hey, we already together. It is what it is. Bam. And when I did that, she did more talking, explaining herself when I had to even question it.
Right.
And here's my phone. Here's my phone. Babe, we're good.
That's all it is.
Chick, you know what? I should put a fucking picture.
Let's do this. Let's do this because I want to. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let me get to the super chat real quick. A mere observation with Vibe. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. First time catching you live, fellas. Great content. Yeah, man. We're gonna be doing this every Friday. In fact, we want to actually do something a little special. Like, cause I feel like y'all feeling this kind of content a little bit more. So we want to actually kind of build upon this, right? Because look, we just broke down a bunch of game to you guys. And a lot of you guys sitting there, you're dealing with a lot of these other content creators that aren't actually breaking down stuff like this, letting you guys see the subtlety and the subtext of all of this. So we're going to start doing more of this, man. And on top of that, for those of you guys like who are interested, like, in terms of learning like how to do this, learning how to be subtle, learning how to actually deal with women on that level, right? And to get rid of all that approach and to just know what it is you do. We're gonna start putting together groups like this, man. And real talk, it's not just gonna be a normal group where it's just like, all right, here's what to do. No, you guys are actually gonna be doing it. You guys are gonna have to do it. If you want success with women, if you want all of that, that's why this week of content, like live streaming, it was so important, right? Because I want you guys to understand that here's what's coming. We're gonna be putting like the next stream that's gonna be coming out right now, right? It's gonna be set in about 2 or 3 minutes, right? So make sure you check out that one. The link should be in the description here. But that one's going to be about details on the text game itself, but we're talking about different ways to help you guys, because when we finally put all this stuff together and you guys actually want to go out there and try this, because some of you guys are like, well, why? Well, you guys don't offer anything different. You guys always talk about all these other podcasts. You don't offer anything different. Nah, here's something different that we're offering, and the whole thing is we're making sure that you guys actually go there and try, go out and do it. Yeah, and no. Those of you guys in the group, you will get graded, right? Because all the Fridays that we have this show, we will grade your paperwork. We will make sure that you actually went out there and do it and you're not just talking. And it's not nothing to clown y'all or anything like that, but this is just to ensure that as you guys are doing this and you guys are showing the results and we're sharing that here in this group, you guys are getting to see and build off of each other, you guys would actually learn game. Learn from other people's experiences, or you're in the group, you're doing it yourself. You're building that hard shell like we've always been talking about. Like I said, we're not taught. We're bite here. We bite, and we'll let you know that. We want you to go out to the real world and have you guys deal with that. So starting next week, we're going to start like a lot of this. We're going to start doing a lot more of this. And for those of you guys who want to get better with women, you guys want to get better with game, I suggest you guys to go there and come on into the stream, come on into this group, and let's actually start building some dudes who know how to pursue a woman the way they need to be pursued, to know how to understand the art of subtlety.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, bro. Nowadays, this shit is wide open because other dudes aren't doing nothing. Let me tell you something. The bar is set so low that it's easier now to come in with a plan and come in. You get what I'm saying, with a protocol that's gonna impress a chick, because this is the thing: chicks don't know how to be pursued. One, because they're not the hunter, and two, because other dudes aren't doing it, so they haven't even been pursued. So their perception of it is either what their friends tell them or what they see on the fucking TV and shit like that. And the TV ain't even showing you much pursuit game nowadays. So the point in the story, what I'm trying to tell you with this chicken, she's blue chicken everything. I'm trying to like show you her without like exposing her name and all this shit. Like how I show you the follow game for hold on.
Oh, let's do. Can we do
1,000?
I was gonna say if you could do like screenshots and like blur out everything, and we can like go over that because that'd be perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I could show you. This is the thing. There's one thing I learned from being on Fresh and Fit. I can't trust y'all niggas because y'all niggas will go jump in the DM and be all weird about it.
There's a lot of that. That's true. A lot of y'all do that. That's fast. All right, so
be weird about it.
Go ahead. I'll let you get the lap because we got to wrap it up. But go ahead.
The reason why I tell that story is because I want you guys to know the importance of not going into no shit with no preconceived notions.
Yeah.
Because according to common consensus, a chick that got that kind of money, that got that kind of following, that looks like that drives an $87,000 BMW, that has a $3,000 a month apartment in California and all this shit, she's not supposed to treat me like that. She ain't supposed to be buying me dinner. Do you understand what I'm saying? She ain't supposed to be paying for my valet. She ain't supposed to be sucking my dick like I'm Harvey Weinstein. She's trying to get a movie role. She ain't supposed to be doing all of that.
That's facts. We're gonna be showing you the different. We're gonna be showing you guys a different reality, and the best part about it is you guys are gonna be building that by yourselves. You guys are gonna be doing that, and we're gonna be there every step of the way. That you guys gotta understand, man. I'm excited for this because I want to build actual men. I'm tired of because here's the thing. Even if we do talk about it, we're doing the exact same thing, and most of these podcasts talk about anyways. And I don't want to do that. I want to do something different. I want you guys to actually try, and I want you guys to show not only us, but everyone else in this group that they're actually trying. Like you're actually trying, and then I want you guys to see the results, because when I talk about practice and actually going out and practicing, I want you guys to see the results of what it means to practice and seeing the failure until you see the success, and you can see the buildup so you know it's just not talk, it's real. Now with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out, hop on to the next stream. Y'all go ahead and hit us there. The link should be below. Is it there? You got it? It's in the chat. Yeah, it's pinned to the chat right now. So head on over to the next stream, because now, if you don't want to think about it, think about like part 2, right? Because we already got the chase. We already got I think I ended with that story, man. That was perfect because it broke down all of that in a way that you guys can visualize it. Now, you guys are going to talk. We're going to talk about the messaging portion of it and how you guys are going to be able to deal with that and move forward. But y'all, this is going to be a week where y'all will get the game right. And we're also going to have a Q&A portion of that show too as well. Like real talk, Angelus, you're more than welcome to come on that one too. Would love to see you on that. Guys, if you're on this one, we're going to also have a call, and y'all should have came in earlier, man. Y'all should have came in earlier. But there's another chance on the next stream. So with that being said, see you on the next one, guys. All right, peace.